It's the best of Jim Norton, and Sam Roberts.
If Michael would have seen me when I was a kid, he would have fucked my brains out.
He would have.
100%.
Unfortunately, some random kid in the hallway of your apartment building did.
That's true.
Unfortunately for you.
Yes.
It was not a multi-billionaire.
Absolutely. I couldn't capitalize. Well, that was before lawsuits anyway were popular for this stuff.
Yeah,
Ari
you really had to
Shafir
just
is
take it
here.
back then.
What's that?
You really had to just take it back then.
You really did. You just fucking, you had to, what they call, you just buck up.
I mean, it was something you had to talk about at school only. Some guy in my apartment building fucked me versus, hey, guess what I did last night? I went to Neverland Ranch and had a great time.
Yeah.
Right.
That's a better story.
No, that's true. Because at least the Neverland Ranch stuff, it's like surrounded by great stuff.
Yeah.
And then there was also this thing, but we will. Don't worry about that. All the other stuff was great.
After you're done getting raped, it's like, what'd you do? Like, continue to live in my tenement house.
Yeah, what else can I do?
What about you? I went on a Ferris wheel.
Yeah. There was all the candy you could eat.
What? They have Skittles?
Yeah.
Oh, so many Skittles.
So many. What about you? No. I went back to my apartment.
I went back to my apartment and just looked at Kiss pictures.
Just tried to forget about everything.
What happened to you? Obviously, with the
Well, Ari Shafir walked
He's
in
injured.
and, yeah, I guess when a guy of your size
wearing
walks
Amelia
in,
Earhart's hat.
yeah, wearing your winter hat, and you can't get your winter jacket on because your arm is in a sling.
Yeah.
But it's not just in a sling. Your arm is in a full, hard cast.
An arm harness.
Yeah. I'm going to fake a fucking lawsuit in an 80s sitcom.
That's what it looks like. What happened?
They have to drop a case and I have to go like this.
Oh, yeah. That law. Mike Brady, I mean, remember that? He dropped that. It was medical test results.
It happened so many times. I had it in Sanford and Son. I think on the Three's Company too.
Yeah.
I went skiing. Was racing.
That's why I'm afraid to go skiing. 'Cause I'm afraid I'll break something. And you just fell down and you're broken?
It's broken, yeah. In a couple places. I had to have surgery last week.
Had you ever broken a bone before?
2 years before skiing.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What'd you break skiing? Another arm or leg?
Ankle. And then this time a wrist.
Is it because you're racing or is it the act of skiing that's so fucked up?
I thought you was going to become a racist, just karma wise. I was like, oh, maybe. I hadn't thought of that. No, I was out of control.
Okay.
Yeah, I was going way faster than I should have.
So you just go like, I'm here now.
Yeah.
I know that I don't have the skill level to do this,
It was the last
but it
run,
feels
the last-
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, let's go. I could feel it. My friend who was racing me stopped. He was like, Ari's out of control. I could see it. And it
And
just
what
watched me
happened?
blow
You
up.
flipped over?
No, I hit a snowboarder. Couldn't avoid him.
Did he get hurt?
No, but he was pretty sore.
He was.
I mean, he was pretty
As an
upset.
anger,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it your fault?
Oh, yeah, dude. He was leisurely going down the middle of the mountain. Like nothing.
So you're not able to hold him legally culpable.
I
for
don't
your...
think so.
Yeah.
I believe if I was bigger, I'd be sued.
Yeah.
And you slammed right into him.
Yeah.
Is there ski insurance? What actress just fucking had?
Yeah.
Oh, Gwyneth Paltrow had something happen on a ski slope,
She hit somebody, I think, and then
Yeah.
they're like, "Oh, you're rich. I'm going to sue you."
and they have like a fucking traumatic brain injury or something.
Oh, really?
Something weird happened. Yeah.
Because they got hit and they looked up at the beauty of Gwyneth Paltrow.
Yeah, exactly. They're like,
And that
oh,
was it.
got the bitch from Goop. Oh, yes, my head hurts.
Coop.
Kind of thing.
Yeah, that's her site. Yeah, it's a great reference.
You've been camping and shit? What's this new look? Haven't
No.
seen you.
Isn't it awful?
It's pretty bad. Yeah. You trying to look like Jeselnik?
Does he have a beard now?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah. Jeselnik looks like a man.
Well, how come he looks like a man and I
Like
That's
don't?
just the
phony?
way it is.
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know. Life. What are you
Ari
going to do?
looks like a man with his beard.
Yeah.
Who does?
Ari.
You said Ari.
I always
you,
do.
you
It was
keep
such
saying
a hard
Ari.
A that
I
it was
always
like,
do.
wow, that's not even close.
No, I've not been camping. I don't do anything outdoors
Oh.
because I don't want to end up with my arm in a sling. Some of us are built to this to happen. I feel like maybe, Ari, you are built to be injured when you go
I
outside.
think it might be time all the candy that I've gotten weaker boned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it just is what it is. You're not. I mean, I know you want to be able to explore life, but you're just not designed to be
For
an
that.
athlete.
Did I tell you guys I was involved in a hate crime?
No.
People, yeah, I was walking down the street. Some people started yelling, Jew, kike Jew. They threw bleach on me. And
Wow,
Oh,
that's
no. Are you
horrible.
okay?
yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm okay. I overcame it. I fought back.
You did?
Jim. Yeah, I fought back.
It was like a 1 minute thing or something. A long.
It seemed like forever.
Oh, it did.
Yeah, if there's video of it, I don't know what it'll show, but it seemed like a long time.
Did you punch him?
Yeah, Jim,
Oh,
I
wow.
fought back because people have power.
That's right.
Jews out there, we have power.
That's good to know.
That's really.
We
good
don't
message.
just take it anymore. I'm powerful, and you can be like me.
That's a really good
Did
message.
they recognize you from anything?
Yeah, I think. It was. They said, You're that faggot from the stand. You're that kike faggot from the stand.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't mean to laugh. That's horrible.
Yeah, exactly.
That's horrible.
This is what I have to deal with.
Yeah, no, I'm
that's
sorry.
Very,
I shouldn't have.
It's tragic.
I shouldn't have laughed.
Yeah, they were.
And they put bleach on. Why would they put bleach on?
Yeah,
you?
why? You're white.
I don't think that's part of the hate crime. I think they just had someone spilled it.
I see.
But
I see.
mistake.
Okay.
They were on their way to do
someone
their
hit my-
laundry, and they saw a Jew, and they went, aha.
Yeah.
Right.
Someone hit my shoe, and I gotta get a new shoe.
Right.
It's like discolored.
That's really.
I'm happy you survived that.
Yeah.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah,
Thanks for
And that
finding
happened
this
while
support.
your arm was in the sling?
Yeah, just on the way here right now.
Oh man, that's terrible.
Ari.
Thank you for still coming.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I'm late, is what I'm saying.
I mean, it's all
Okay.
good.
I was
That's
wondering,
good.
but I'm happy you came.
Yeah.
Did you see, by the way, that Robin Roberts is like doing an interview now where she's going to she's telling the truth about her interview, and she's acting
no
like
way.
Yes, and she's acting like I knew that there was something wrong,
Oh,
but
why
I
did you say
wanted
it during the interview?
Well,
Robin
she's right.
Roberts?
She did know. They all knew, but the media narrative is what it is.
You
So
can't go against them.
They all
No.
knew.
Do you remember when? Remember that guy, that comedian who faked cancer to get an HBO special?
Who?
No.
I forget his name.
It's a great idea.
Yeah, and then he went on Ellen, and Ellen's like, "I can get you an HBO special," but she goes, "Do you have chemo?" Yeah, and he goes, "Yeah." He goes, she was like, "How come? Don't your eyelashes also fall out? Not just your top hair?
Oh,
Your eyebrows fall out?"
shit.
And he goes, "Nah, wasn't that kind of chemo." And she was like,
Wasn't that kind of
"Yeah,
chemo?
you could see it hit her face, like, but then she was like, no, I'm not going to call him on it right here. I'm not going to be like, I think you're faking."
But she
Wait. Who's the comedian? I don't
Quincy Jones.
Oh,
Wow,
Yeah,
Quincy.
no, a comedian named Quincy
you- oh,
Jones.
you
Oh, that really is his name?
Yeah.
look him
Yeah.
up.
Yeah, it was all, we were all like, wow, that's crazy. And then he got this HBO special out of it like 5-6 years ago. And then time started moving and we all started feeling like, this guy hasn't lost any weight.
But he never said that he got
He
better.
started drinking heavy, started bumping and doing like 19 minutes on a 10-minute bump.
Look up, see
Wait.
on YouTube.
She asked him why he hadn't lost his beard from chemo, and he responded assuredly, "You don't lose your beard from chemo. I had 4 rounds of whatever it is, etoposide and citaloplasm,
quit
and I can
complaining.
say for sure you do lose your beard as well as many other areas." By the way, why didn't this guy just shave his fucking beard? What an idiot!
He didn't think it out. It was great. He just didn't even try to like look that way. Just shave your beard and eyebrows.
I think that first
Let me
video
see.
you had it. Troy, it looked like
Which
that
one
was-
is Quincy? Is he the black guy or the white guy?
Black guy. Jones.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's why I just clicked.
He stood up to his cancer.
There is no Okay, here it is.
There is no cancer when I'm on stage. Oh,
You mentioned last time that you want to do a comedy special. That's really important for you to do a comedy special.
Yes, I really want to do it.
Yeah.
It's Ellen.
So what you don't know is we called the head of HBO, and your people didn't even tell you this, but HBO is going to air your special.
he has giant earrings.
Do you think there's part of him in this moment that knows, holy shit, this has gone way too far?
Yeah, probably. I've had things that have gone like further than I
Yeah.
intended them, and then it's like, ooh, the scope of this is unplanned for.
Right, I wasn't really considering that this would have full-scale ramifications.
Yeah.
Like, because
I mean,
now, it's one thing to lie about cancer, but to get an HBO special because you lied about cancer, now the whole world is going to hate you.
that's the problem.
Yeah.
And also, he took a big GoFundMe for like the medical bills, and then he got way more than he needed for these. He might have like pinky nail cancer or something. I don't
Right.
know, and he like upped it. I don't really know. It was pretty exciting though in the comedy community for a while. Yeah, and so I think at this point, once he got the special and aired it, at that point, if he just said, "Hey guys, I fucking faked that cancer to get that HBO special, and I did it," then fucking. I'll
It is what
forgive
it is, yeah.
Then it's like, wow, great prank, you did it.
Right.
Yeah, all the
They
money's
would
going back
have
to the GoFundMe. Don't worry, I'm not taking any of your money.
But did he ever say?
Nah,
He
They
just
would-
tried to,
still
like...
try to stick to it.
They never would have forgave him. He would have ruined him.
no,
Couldn't have.
really?
Yeah,
If he
'cause
released it
HBO
on his own before anybody else started talking,
HBO would have been furious. Cancer survived. He never would have been forgiving.
Oh, cancer
my father
survivors.
died of cancer. You think that's funny to capitalize on that? Well, my family. Oh, fuck it.
yeah, but like, no, your father didn't have the material I had.
That is true. Your father was a shitty comic. He was a trucker. Sorry.
He didn't do the reps.
He wasn't funny. He was a lazy man. Let me see the rest of this. Is there more of this?
This isn't the...
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it
yeah.
doesn't seem like it. Where is it?
This isn't... It doesn't appear to be the interview
No.
where Ellen kind of knows.
You put Quincy Jones, Cancer, Ellen.
Boom. Jimmy Words. Jimmy Words.
Really killing on the laptop over there, buddy. Ellen DeGeneres. Yeah, maybe.
Despite being told he only has 1 year to live, our first guest
He's doing fine. Hasn't lost any weight.
All right, this is from March.
Pause.
This is from March of 2016.
Well, that's when it was. Oh yeah.
Can you
Okay.
confirm or deny that he is still with us?
He's still with us.
Okay, it's 3 years
He did
ago.
put an update. Oh, I talked to after everybody started talking. Talked to my doctor. He gave me another 5 years.
No,
Like,
that's
he
not how
upped
that
it. He
works.
upped it. He goes.
He couldn't just say I'm in regression or
Remission.
remission.
Yeah. Oh, he's in regression.
Regression.
Yeah,
Is that a
he's
word?
regretting everything. I don't think it is. It doesn't seem like it would
No,
be.
it's a
Because
terrible word.
regret.
Doesn't
Well,
fit
regress
here.
is a word.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think it is a word, but not what you intended.
It does not
anyway.
apply to this conversation.
No, cancer is not in regression.
No, it is not.
welcome comedian Quincy Jones. All right, so you came to Los Angeles 4 years ago. From where? Where were you?
From Seattle, Washington.
Seattle. So you moved to LA to become a comedian. You were doing 1,000 shows a year, is that right?
Yes, I did 1,000 sets in a year. I figured I wanted to be great and it averaged out to 3 a night. Not too.
Do you think that
unattainable,
that's
but
true?
I don't like those giant earrings that
Take
people
it.
wear.
Oh, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
If you do a bunch of sets, you'll get
You
better.
can do that, sure.
1,000.
I did 10,000 1 year
Oh
Oh,
wow!
wow.
while I had lupus.
Oh,
That's
my God, That's a
amazing.
hard thing to overcome.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
a hero,
What
Jim.
Come
are
on.
the side effects of lupus?
I don't even want to talk about it.
It's a sensitive topic.
Yeah,
obviously.
man. Make light of it.
So healthy.
I've been working out. I've been juicing. I'm a Californian now. I juice, yoga, all that.
You juice and yoga and
all right.
whatever they tell you that's going to help. But you do. Do you feel okay?
I feel okay. I feel, nauseous every now and then. But
Because
yeah,
you're getting chemo.
Yeah.
How often?
every 3 weeks.
Wow.
Every 3 weeks.
And you haven't lost your hair.
I lost it. That's why it's low now.
Oh.
I had a little fro before.
But you got a beard. You didn't lose your beard?
No, it doesn't affect the beard.
Oh, really?
No.
I didn't know that.
Neither did I. Really.
Yeah.
I just made it
Okay.
And he did. And he did. That was the truth.
What? How smooth is that guy, though?
I just made it up.
You're right, though. Ellen does know.
She knows. She's
You
like,
can tell the way
I
she's
think
asking
she's
follow-up
shocked.
questions.
I know. I think when she says that, she's like, at first, I thought it was, and then it probably hits her. She's probably just right now going, oh, wow, I thought it would. I didn't know that. Oh.
And then he's like, yeah.
Or the next day, she's like, yeah, I thought it was weird. When she finds out the guy's still thriving.
Let's see.
When he's got no medical explanation as to why he still has a full beard.
No.
She's like, oh,
No,
okay.
it's not that kind of.
I mean, you're
Well,
the
he
expert.
should have just said, you know what, I thought so too. If for some reason it hasn't.
Yeah.
You just got to just go like,
Yeah.
Well,
then
let's
there's-
hope it stays there. Let's hope it stays.
There's other people who have probably had hair not fall out. I'm sure it's.
Yeah, in spots.
Yeah, you just say, I don't know why it ddidn't happen. And then the next day, half of it's gone, just shave half of it. Like, she's fine.
There it is. Yeah.
You're doing stand-up in spite of the fact that you're feeling nauseous and getting chemo treatments. And, like, what kind of things are you
Ellen tried. Okay, so her plan was to
Promote him.
Yeah,
Sure.
and paint this picture of somebody who's really struggling.
Yeah.
But like Ari, Jim, have you guys ever had to do stand up while nauseous?
Yeah.
I mean, it seems doable, doesn't it?
I have, yeah.
It doesn't seem like it's that far of
It
a.
doesn't seem like it's much to overcome. I won't do stand up tonight because of the hate crime against me, but
I don't blame you.
nausea would not have stopped me.
Well, here's the thing about
Although
hate crimes.
chemo nausea, if you real chemo nausea, might that's a rough one.
There's nothing funny about hate crimes, so I could see why the laughter wouldn't.
You said
be
a
in
lot
today.
wrong.
Duncan had chemo for his ball and ball cancer. He said it felt like you're in the back of a car, you're texting or reading.
Yeah.
He said it feels like that all day, all night.
Oh my god,
That's the worst. Yeah.
that's torture.
Yeah.
Where it's like you feel like you're gonna throw up, but you know you're not gonna throw up. It's just there.
What can you do for that? I mean, I know pot's supposed to help. What else?
He said just lay in a bed and close his eyes, and then he'd just do that a lot.
Duncan, I didn't know he had
Yeah,
cancer.
ball cancer. He has a fucking. If you ever see him again, he's a free sack. It looks like a
How long did it make him? How long did he deal with that?
the ball cancer itself.
No,
Or the chemo.
Oh, like a year or something. Yeah.
But it works.
It works.
Not always. But I love people who are like, don't eat oranges. Shut the fuck up.
Like, I'm gonna go with what the doctor says.
Yeah, these people who think Western medicine is no good. No, I'm
Steve-
telling you, you know.
Steve Jobs cured it with natural.
Isn't it amazing
medicines.
how? And Frank
Yeah.
Zappa, another guy that would never go to the doctor, just
They're
go.
both thriving. They're both doing great.
Yeah.
At WebMD, we can cure all your diseases with an orange.
And at least Steve Jobs left all his ideas behind, and Apple is still
Thank God Tim
continuing
Cook
to
took
innovate.
over.
Yeah.
fucking Mr. Lateral.
Isn't it amazing how much that company suffered when he's not around?
Because they put a business guy in charge, and he fucking stinks. They're creating nothing.
I mean,
That
it's also
dumb
'cause-
watch. That worthless fucking shit watch. Oh, look, beep, I can push it. I got a text. You can't answer it.
No, of course not. It's too tough to type on.
So fucking dumb.
Every other company's caught up.
Well, yeah, they're making foldable phones now. Apple's like, whoa, that looks cool.
Apple is now going to play catch up.
Of course they are.
Fucking
They're
assholes.
they're just going massive for no reason. So
Apple
shit you
is?
can't fit in your pocket. Women have no idea. They just have to carry their phones, being like walking victims all day because they can't put their phones in their pockets.
We did like small. Let's do real big. Okay, now we'll do small again. Like,
They're not surprising anybody with anything. It is just one left, right move, not one forward move.
Yeah.
Steve Jobs probably also didn't hire anybody with any ideas because he wanted to be the genius of Apple.
Could be, yeah. He didn't put anybody like as a second in command.
No. So then when he dies, there's literally no ideas in the entire company.
How about Wozniak? Wasn't he? Was did he have that mentality or no?
No, Woz was like an engineer. He wasn't. He had
Okay.
no sort of. He didn't want to be the boss.
How
Ever.
good was Seth Rogen in that fucking movie?
Oh,
Seth
yeah.
Rogen was good, but the movie wasn't very.
No,
good.
the movie was not great. It was very dialogue heavy. Was that Aaron Sorkin movie?
Yeah.
It seems like a hard movie to do.
Yeah, that guy's so dialogue heavy.
Yeah.
Aaron Sorkin.
And
we
apparently
interviewed-
he's. I don't want to bring it up because of the hate crime and everything. I was going to say he's like a Nazi with his scripts.
Who
but
told
then I
us
realized
that?
you had just been through something traumatic.
Yeah, I mean, this is the second time today that I've been heard Nazi thrown about, bandied about.
The first one was the hate crime that you were struck with before
And
you
now
got here.
It's never okay to say that word,
No,
Sam.
you're right. I apologize. I do apologize.
It was was it Jeff Daniels we had in who
Yeah, that sounds right.
And he said he is a guy who wants every word
Really?
exactly as he
Syllable,
wrote. Yeah, he's probably a hard you can't
Like Tarantino.
No paraphrasing. Is
You and I
Tarantino like that?
Mm-hmm. Every
really?
word.
But it's
Because
Tarantino.
he's known for yeah. You and I could never work for either of those guys.
No,
We'd be like, I pretty much got it. Like, no,
I have
do it
to.
again.
I have to paraphrase a little bit, not even a lot, but it has to feel like it's mine.
Yeah, I got it. I think I got the gist.
Yeah,
No.
Shakespeare.
Yeah.
Can't say that.
Then I think the guy who did Slumdog was the director of
Slumdog
of
Millionaire.
the Steve Jobs movie.
I saw the other Steve Jobs movie with
my God.
Ashton Kutcher.
Aston Kutcher, yeah.
Yeah.
What a shit show
I know.
that one
It was
is.
the one that got rushed out to beat the real one, you know, when they always do that in movies.
Sure.
So it's like, I'll just do the cop. And I was so turned off by it that I would not watch the real one.
The dialogue in the real one is amazing, and Seth Rogen was so good.
Yeah, the script and Seth Rogen are good. The rest of it's not a good movie, but yeah, I mean the Ashton Kutcher is like so
it was
laughably
so fun
bad.
because it was just like scenes thrown in, shit you've heard about. So he'll be like talking to Steve Wozniak over at his mom's house. Like his mom's like, want some fruit? Mom, you know I don't eat that, or vice versa, or something like that. And then end of scene.
Yeah,
That's like the whole reason.
it's just like they took the Cliff Notes version of the book and they were like, okay, we just need these certain elements from the book.
He looked like him a little though.
It is
That's-
fun to
that's-
watch Ashton Kutcher.
That's the
like,
only reason he was cast to play that role. They were
ugly
like,
himself up.
You know who looks like the young version of Steve Jobs? Ashton Kutcher. Well, let's get him to play him.
He's an actor still, right?
I guess so. He's on Twitter.
He didn't throw it all the way on booze and drugs, did he? Like, no, that's the guy you replaced.
Yeah.
What a fool. I'm not Ashton, but Steve Jobs to not go for chemo.
I know.
He
He cost us all a
refused to
lot
go
of
to
cool
chemo.
shit.
What's that?
He refused to go to chemo.
So many of them do.
He wanted Eastern medicine.
I understand the
Yeah,
idea.
both is fine.
Not wanting to get sick, and the chemo sounds horrible.
Yeah,
But what sounds worse is being dead at 57 or whatever.
yeah.
It's also like when you surround yourself. He lived in his just his.
Cupertino or whatever the fuck he was.
But he lived in his.
Cupertino. Yeah, the type. That's whatever your weather is set to right away.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know where the fuck this is.
I think
Yeah.
they called it a reality distortion field, where anything he said, he just believed was true, and he made people around him kind of
say yes.
say yes and actually get it done. And that's how things were invented and everything.
By
But
the way,
that doesn't
that's-
work with cancer.
It doesn't work with comedy. Yeah, that's why 90% of like celebrity comics suck. Because
Even with a positive attitude?
yeah, their friends are like, great man, best new material I've ever had.
Didn't he have a survivable form too? Like he didn't have the one that automatically kills you, I think.
He had
I
the
think
Quincy
they're-
Jones cancer.
Yeah, thank God Quincy Jones, the comedian,
I don't know
has
him.
survived.
I don't think I
He was
didn't-
a Seattle and then an LA comic, so he was never really here. He
Didn't
was just
hear that
coming to
story.
Poppins.
Want to go back to the interview on Ellen
Yes, I did.
with comedian Quincy Jones?
Go now.
I talk about
You just threw in a
know,
little
and
chip
I'm like,
for
give
no
me
reason.
some phone
It's
numbers.
part of Jim too.
Oh, wow.
And I end up throwing them in my phone as a place that I remember. And in my phone there's a girl called McDonald's Hookup Chick. And I don't know what that means. I don't know if we met at McDonald's and hooked up, or if she works at McDonald's and she hooks it up.
I like that he
Either way,
goes,
not good.
he's like, look, I have cancer and I'd like to go on Ellen for it, but I'd like to stay away from the cancer and mainly just do my act.
Yeah.
If that's cool.
By the way, speaking of funny, I remember Patrice used to. There was the one girl he used to hook up with was called the fat bitch from the Wiz. That was her name because she worked at the Wiz and she was so obese. He would just take her down to the basement. And they would just jerk off on her.
Would he call her that, or was that in his phone?
That was what he would say to me. Like, what did you do? So the fat bitch from the Wiz.
It wasn't a description. It was a name.
That was an absolute. That was an absolute name description of that.
That's what I
woman.
mean. Yeah,
that's the
yeah.
one Will Sylvan saw when Patrice tried to sneak her out of the apartment, and Will was standing there with his arm propped up on the door. Saw how fat she was.
Trying to block a lot of her weight.
Yeah, so humiliated. The fat bitch from the Wiz.
You see, Will Sylvans and Kevin Brennan were both on Crashing last week.
Oh, were they?
Yeah. They were good.
I don't watch it.
Yeah,
That's cool.
yeah, it's funny.
Either way,
Look
I
how
win.
electric Ellen is, by the way. She's smiling and loving this material that normally would not go over
Yeah.
if not for the cancer.
Yeah, not for the cancer.
She'd be like, ugh, if she saw it like posted somewhere, but she's there and she is just ravished. Look at her.
Yeah.
Smiling, radiant.
Yeah.
That's a fucking talk
That's
show
a
host.
big chair.
It's a big chair.
They look comfy as fuck.
I'm sure they are very
Yeah,
comfortable.
why don't we get such garbage chairs in here?
I know.
Why does
Although-
Sirius treat you like such like dicks?
Look
Why
at the
get some
way
real chairs.
Look at the way comedian Quincy Jones is gripping the two armrests. He's
What
like,
was
please God, don't find out I'm full of shit.
Let's stay off the cancer part.
It is weird. They're both holding the end. I wonder if that's just what you do, or is that what you do on TV when you're uncomfortable? I don't know.
Well, you're usually pretty good with your hands
Yeah, I really am.
when you're on TV or
Sure.
in photos. Yeah.
You know what's worse when you're on Skype talking to a girl and she says something and you actually start touching your nipples and you forget she can see you?
Oh,
It's happened.
okay,
What are
Michael.
you doing, Jim? What's with your nips? Oh, fuck.
Nothing. I'm just itching.
Yeah, I-
Scratching little
I
mugs.
had an itch.
Good. Yeah. Yeah. And you talk about things that scare you.
Yeah, I'm terrified of pigeons. They don't have.
She's
too much
literally
about
setting him up
feathers
to
at
do
all.
his act.
Oh, my
This is just the Byron Allen show.
Yeah.
This is Undeclared with Byron Allen, whatever the fuck that show was called.
It was called Comics Unleashed.
Comics Unleashed.
Andy Candler had a funny one. He said, I think it's Comics Uncomfortable. That's exactly what it looks like.
That is so true.
I'm scared of pigeons because they don't have cancer.
Yeah.
Did he come out and say he didn't have it?
Nah, I think he's still going with it.
So do we know that he didn't have it?
Oh, no.
Oh.
Allegedly.
You think.
Yeah.
I'm going off of what
all right.
Ari says.
Oh, okay.
I just go with generally in life, my thoughts are just reality completely.
Okay.
Right.
And I'll just stick with them 100%.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't want to say this doesn't happen if he did.
Yeah. I mean, okay, but this is 2016. A year left. He's gone, right? He's dead.
Maybe he's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been 3 years. Yeah,
Maybe he's in heaven, angry, looking down at us, mad that we're making fun.
that's true. He might be dead. We don't know.
Dude, I was
right.
on a mushroom trip in Banff in outside Alberta, and I brought it up to two comics. I was like, "Hey guys, do you think Quincy Jones might not have cancer?" And they're both like, "Dude, we've both been thinking about this on our own." The whole community in the West Coast was like all about it.
So all the comedians think that this guy does not have cancer.
I mean, no, yes, exactly.
I see. Okay.
So we have to take a break. When we come back, your story went viral, and we're going to talk about what happened
was on Ellen.
and how cool this is that what your friends did. We'll be right back with Quincy Jones. So you're wanting to shoot an hour comedy special, right?
Yeah.
So why is that important to you?
Because I'm at that age where all my friends have kids and are married, and I had to do some reflecting. I was like, what do I have to show for my 32 years on Earth? And I was like, oh, I do comedy. I'm a comedian. Why not try and film this special? And so that's when my friends, the Blaines, made a Kickstarter. We made a Kickstarter, and that's how I'm here.
So you didn't even know that. They started a Kickstarter, and I think
It's
was
really
like
weird that he wouldn't bring up the fact that he has terminal cancer as a reason that he wants to do the special.
Well, I
Like,
think
he
that's
didn't
what he's
even-
saying. I think he's implying that he wants to leave a legacy.
Yeah, before he's gone, they
He
have
wants to
kids.
leave something. They have children to carry their message. Believe me, that's why I've shot specials. I got nothing to leave behind.
That's why I shoot loads in hotel rooms.
Absolutely, on the phone.
So
But I don't even leave it. I get too greedy. I lick it right off.
I have heard. I dated an artist once. She said that's why a lot of artists don't have children. It's because they've left something behind. Whereas regular people feel like their kids are like, oh, that's given to the
Or
world.
artists just get laid a lot, and you don't want to be tied down to one person, so they want to put our cum in every mouth in every city.
I mean, artists are also selfish people.
Yeah, that's right.
You know what I mean? That just want to maintain the sort of child-adult lifestyle, which you can't do if you have a kid.
That's true.
Argus Hamilton said that. It's an old comic from the Comedy Store. They're like, how come you never had a kid? He goes, I'm the star of my life.
I mean, that's the honest
Yeah,
reason.
sure.
It's not because artists are like, you know what? I have a legacy that I left behind. My material. No, it's not. That's
No,
not
it's not
true.
stupid.
Yeah.
Is he
Liar.
still performing, right?
Argus, yeah.
Yeah. I've seen. I don't know him. I've met him before. He's been there. How long has he been at the Comedy Store?
Since like late 70s, early 80s.
So he knew everybody.
Everybody. That guy, yeah. If you ever have a guy like that to interview, like,
I would love to interview Argus Hamilton if he was in New York.
yeah, he just has stories for days. He told me about, I asked him about, one time it hits you that guy has been around. So I was like, we were talking about the guy who killed himself, Steve Lebeckin.
Yes.
And we were like talking, and then he pulled up. I was like, oh, Argus, you remember Steve Lebeckin, right? He goes, oh, yeah. Because he had this great joke about the Ayatollah. He told it to me then. I forget it now.
Sure.
He goes, good joke. I did it to him. I did it as a tribute to him after he died. And then I just stole it. I was like, he ain't going to use it.
Do you feel like I feel like, and it's only popped into my head because we're talking about this guy, Quincy Jones. You're one of the very few people who take the kind of private conversations that are happening inside the comedy community and then present them very, very publicly.
Oh, yeah. I fuck up constantly.
Do you feel like
That's a terrible idea.
people don't tell you things because they're like, no, Ari has no sort of gauge on what stays at this table and what belongs on the radio?
That's possible. I don't share like secrets.
If
I'm
someone
pretty good at
tells you
sharing
don't
secrets.
say this, you
Oh,
won't.
it's gone. It's vaulted
You won't.
forever.
Okay.
Yeah, but if
But if they don't say it,
if I overhear you saying that same thing, it's everywhere. I'm looking for new mediums in which to publish it.
New platform in perpetuity.
Yeah, exactly. What's the next Vine that I get involved on early?
well, you also probably don't realize when you say things that they're going to end up being these like bigger conversations than in the room, right?
Yeah, like right now it's hitting me like, oh, this guy's probably gonna hear that I said all this.
Right.
The way you said it, I thought it had been proven that he didn't have cancer and,
Right,
and
me
that he
too.
had said it.
Yeah.
And then you're like, I don't know. And I'm like, oh, no, maybe he did have it.
Right.
I will say the Minority Report is we asked somebody and they were like, some comic, I think, I don't want to say who because I don't want to besmirch his name, but he said he was in the room with a doctor with him and the doctor said, he heard the doctor say, this is a death sentence for you. But none of us believe that.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, wait, so there's a confirmation?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. But still, I'm still willing to be like, no fucking way. Does this
Okay.
guy have cancer?
Well, maybe he does. Maybe he does. I don't know.
He may. I've
He
never met
may
this guy
have been
either.
exaggerated. It might have been some you know.
But Ari
operable-
doesn't think he probably does not.
No, but Ari did kind of paint it like it was like, this is the facts. He
Fact,
doesn't
that's what I
have
do.
it.
That's how I present things as fact.
That's how I
You
felt like
gotta.
when that clip of you and Tim Dillon went
Oh,
like
please, Jesus.
everywhere. And it's like, it's so funny because it's like a 10-minute clip. And most of it is you talking about Louis and Judd, but you just end up popping off at the mouth about Chris Rock in this conversation that I'm like, okay, that's a conversation that you kind of have
The
with
back
other
table.
comedians.
Yeah,
and
I got
go-
lost in it. Oh, don't play.
Right. But then, yeah, I mean, I think everybody's heard it by now.
I was
It's-
way wrong to do that. I should.
What did you, I just paraphrase it because I don't think I even heard it.
I was
unless we
just,
played it, I don't remember.
I was gone. I was on vacation for 2 months. Not vacation, but European tour. And I was just
Walkabout?
gone from everybody. And I was just like getting mad about how people are fucking dicks to everybody. You know?
He was saying that at one point, Chris made some kind of comment that there's no real comics at this table or something, kind of generationally. And then Ari went on a rant in the middle of another rant about Chris using writers and
okay.
And why he was or wasn't a real comic.
No, he's a real comic.
Right.
But yeah. It's just all shit you should say to somebody in person instead of just like,
Did you feel bad about it?
oh yeah.
So you
afterwards,
regretted that
yeah,
like pretty much
the
immediately.
medium was wrong.
Did
if
he
I say
hear
it
it?
straight, oh yeah.
It got back to him.
Yeah.
It did get back to
I
him.
did get back to him.
Oh,
yeah.
I see.
But at least he never mentioned it to you.
No, I mean, it was whatever. I was way wrong saying it stuff like that publicly.
Well,
I'm
at
just
least
like,
when he mentioned it to you, you probably dug in and said this no, and you gave it to him.
He didn't. You wouldn't have thought that Chris would make Ari eat his words or anything like that.
I said like, yeah, I shouldn't have said that publicly. That's shit you go right to a person on.
Sure.
I was way off saying on that
Yeah.
medium.
Yeah.
It's embarrassing when you like work with somebody. It happens. We know each other.
Was he understanding?
Sort of, actually. Once I
Really?
was like, yeah, I shouldn't have said it that. It was like, you know when you're yelling at somebody and trying to like, why the fuck did you do that? And you're like, yeah, I shouldn't have. It's like, it's hard to like,
Yeah, if
stay
somebody's
in.
Once
like,
they're
oh yeah,
admitting
you're right.
they're in
I
the
fucked
wrong.
up. That was
Yeah.
stupid.
He was still mad, but like, not as mad, but
Yeah.
still mad. And then he was just mad about the message and then less about
Sure.
about where I put it. But
Being
still,
wrong.
it was way wrong to put it out like that.
Yeah. Now, do you? Are you? I don't know. Because on one end, I guess for you,
No, what I mean by putting out, it's like you don't talk shit about someone else who's just trying their honest best on stage. If someone's stealing jokes, I'm not protecting that at all.
Yeah.
But
Right.
if you're, let's just say it's like a new comic who got a giant development deal, and to be like, that guy sucks. It's like, why? He's trying his best.
right?
What the fuck?
Yeah,
Right.
especially if
talk
someone-
shit at the back table, it's fine. But
Yeah, if you're bashing them like you're joking around, but to go public and just go, this guy stinks, and it's like, well, he's kind of new. Like,
yeah. Or he's been around for 25 years, and it's just, I don't know, he's not that good. You know?
Yeah.
Right. Because
It's
then it
just like,
becomes.
still, it's like, it's not his fault. Not everybody's good.
That's more sad. Like I don't know, just because I guess we're comics, but I knew a comic who committed suicide many years ago, in the mid '90s, early.
He's
He was like,
many times, yeah.
yeah, a local Jersey guy. But I remember thinking like, because he was never really a particularly good comic, and I remember thinking like he was not getting any relief from doing this because he wasn't getting any momentum and he wasn't getting laughs. Like he wanted to be funny so badly, but he was known for just bombing, and he was getting no relief. Like it wasn't doing anything for him.
Yeah.
Now-
It was sad.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
mean,
then it's like, get out of this. Some people
Yeah,
are like,
he
get
wasn't
out.
meant to do it.
Yeah.
Right.
But again, even that guy, it's like, I that's just, it goes against what I believe in, where it's like, you shouldn't talk shit publicly about that guy.
Yeah.
He's not doing anything. If he stole jokes, then fucking
No, he was a good
all
guy.
hands on deck.
Yeah, because just because somebody's not good at comedy doesn't mean that
They're not doing anything wrong.
there's no integrity to question. There's
Yeah.
no like.
Like Stormy Daniels is going to do stand up, and people are annoyed about it. But I'm like, well, who cares? Like, let's stand, do it. If you're good at it, then fucking who gives a shit?
If we as a group were better, then she couldn't get up. We're like, oh,
Right,
we got no room.
exactly.
We're all doing great. We have no room for you.
And the reason I don't cross over and do porn is because I can't.
Right.
But if I could fucking make some money, I would absolutely do both.
Right.
For sure.
My dick, my body is not meant for it. My face, I blink too much, and my dick would not function.
Wait, is that Lori Kilmartin? Do they use a picture of Lori Kilmartin instead of Stormy Daniels?
No, I guess Lori was pissed.
Are
people
that would
really
be
that-
amazing though if they did that.
Wow, Stormy Daniels upset a lot of comedians with comedy. Oh, she upset a lot of comedians.
Headlining a comedy club.
Yeah, who cares if she draws?
I mean, that's same thing with the guy who did Rockwell. Remember the guy who was like, Who Wants to Marry a Millionaire? The first one?
I remember
Yes.
the show. Yeah.
Yeah, and he was like headlining for like 2 months off that.
Right. It
But it
is
was
what
like-
it is. I mean, if people will buy a ticket to come see you.
I could care less if she's naturally. I hear Jeremy Piven, who I don't know at all. People are like, yeah, he's funnier than you would expect because he's an actor and he's doing stand up, and that's usually like people who think you're gonna stink. But people said no, he's funny. So all right, the guy's funny. What am I gonna do? Cry because he was an actor first? Who gives a fuck?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's
I've
where
tried
he came from.
acting. I've done a lot. You know, I'm not great at it, but I mean, I've tried every. What am I not supposed to do that?
Yeah.
It's,
you
it's
can.
sacred.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Fuck outta here.
I think that's an important distinction. The difference between just talking shit with colleagues and friends,
Yeah.
and then going on a podcast. The problem is that all comics have podcasts, so the lines get blurred.
It feels really like talking. And the
Yeah.
thing is, too, like, what you do want to talk about is not that this comic is shitty, but that the reaction to them is way overblown. Because you want to talk about the industry,
Yeah.
you know?
Right.
But you can't do that without shitting on the comic.
Right.
Yeah.
You can't be like, you know, Jim Norton's pretty good. He's not theater good, but he's like a really good headliner.
That's a very accurate description.
Yeah, you just can't do it without shitting on the person.
But because people are so hungry for people shitting on people, and
Yeah.
justify, I don't even think, I'm not blaming anybody for that because I love that stuff, but they will completely forget your bigger
Everything
point.
else.
Yeah, and just take out the one little,
The one line
The
or one
one
word.
line.
Yeah.
yeah, and
Blow
just
it
go
up.
with that.
Maybe Stormy Daniels is funny.
Maybe.
I don't know her.
This is what Lori wrote. Doing stand-up is not a reward for being famous. Please leave the weekend gigs for actual female comics.
I love Lori, but I don't agree. I mean, I think that if you're a funny person, and you want to try doing stand up and people will see it, then go. Everyone knows Stormy Daniels not a comic. Like no one's going there thinking like she's a seasoned stand up.
I love her response. First of all, the only critique, Lori, shit on her all you want. I'm disagree with Jim. Fucking shit on her. She's not a real comic.
I'm
You
not
can
saying she
shit on her
can't shit
all
on her,
you
but
want.
I don't
I would just take out the word female. Just leave the weekend gigs to females. Comics.
to real comics.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's nothing to do with
It's not a woman
femininity.
thing.
Right.
Stormy Daniels wrote back, wow, so supportive. I am an actual female, but I'll never get women who just tear other women down, and I know it's not a reward. I've been writing comedy material for over 10 years.
Come on.
Would you like me to critique your BJ skills? Your whole foot fits in your mouth, so you'll probably do great.
It's a pretty good line.
It is.
Yeah.
But I don't mind her doing it because she's not taking anything from anybody else. Like when you're out there, if you do porn and you're funny or you think you're funny and people want to pay to see it, you're not taking. There's a million clubs. It's not like, hey Jim,
There's
we were
only
going
a few spots. Yeah, right.
We were
there's
going to
not.
book you, Jim, but we got Stormy Daniels.
But
I'm not competing with her for. I don't give a fuck.
Shouldn't the criticism be to people who buy tickets for Stormy Daniels?
No,
Yeah.
it should be
Not
she's
Stormy
not good.
herself.
Like if she's on stage and she's
No,
not
but I'm
good,
saying,
and you
like,
think she's not good, then say she's not good.
If
but
you're
who
going to
cares?
criticize Stormy for being on stage, her name's Stormy.
I guess so. Yeah.
If you're going to criticize Stormy for taking the gig, you should be criticizing the people who are funding
Go
the
to
gig.
it, or
Yeah.
like, yeah, or how shitty. Yeah, maybe if it was like how fucking shitty a stand up that a nobody with no experience could fucking headline immediately.
Yeah.
I wonder how she did.
Nobody gets
numbers-wise.
mad at comedians if all of a sudden we want to do films. Like if a comedian funds their own independent movie, no one says to that comic, "Hey man, what are you doing acting? You didn't go to acting school. What are you doing? That's leave
Yeah,
that to actors."
Because there's unlimited amount of movies can be made.
Same thing with stand-up. There's an unlimited amount of jokes, an unlimited amount of places to do stand-up. It's not this fucking. And as a comic, it's not this.
If it's a club, it's a little limited. Somebody else can't get that week.
That's true, but somebody else can't get
Yeah, but
the
if you're
funding.
doing a mainstream movie, let's say
Yeah.
like it's like
Plus, she might be doing like club. She might not be doing it like a stand-up club.
let's say when they were putting Dane Cook in all the big rom-com movies,
Yeah.
there's only so many of those that are going to be made every
That's
year
right.
and put in theaters. Those are more limited than comedy clubs.
Kevin Hart. I mean, like, or
She's
or Amy.
garbage. She should not be doing stand up. Fuck her.
But you know what I'm saying? It's one of
Yeah.
those things where I don't feel such an attachment to stand up that I think that we're doing is so sacred that other people can't try it. Good. Sometimes I like when people try it and
And
they find
fail.
out how hard it is.
Yeah.
Or they just go like, "Wow, that's harder than I thought."
See,
Yeah, that is nice.
logically, you're 100% right. There's no reason why
Yeah,
she shouldn't do stand-up.
us.
But also, Ari is right in the sense that she's garbage and not a stand-up.
Yeah.
So
the reaction, right? Like, her headlining? I can see if you're like, hey, she's starting to do open mics now. She really wants to do this. It's like, oh, I don't see it, but okay, I'll keep my mouth shut. But headlining?
Yeah.
That's the reaction thing. That's like it's overblown reaction to her. So I want to push that
Will
down.
she headline
naturally.
or just host? Like if what she ought to do is host. Like
She should do like what's his name? Different Best Damn, where he did what's the guy's name? Tom Arnold. Tom Arnold and Friends.
Yeah,
and he
you
would host and keep
right,
going in
and
between.
friends. Yeah, you go up. This way, you get the first crack at the audience. You
she's
talk
been writing
for-
material for 10 years, though.
She's been.
Well, her
She's gotta have
response,
hours.
response was pretty funny, and her response to Trump was pretty funny too. I mean, she writes fine, and I don't know her. I have no interest in defending. I just don't care that she's doing stand-up.
She's doing two
I just
shows
don't
on
like-
a Wednesday.
Yeah.
Oh, it's an off day. That's okay.
Yeah.
No, then that's totally fine. She's not taking even anybody's.
Right.
That's a dead day. No,
Yeah.
this club's not open that day. She's just bad at reading the words in a non-disclosure agreement. Fucking, you got the money, bitch.
Yeah.
Shut your fucking mouth.
So after, do you after?
I'm not anti-sex worker. I'm anti-celebrities thinking stand-up is easy, and I'm anti the comedy clubs that indulge. in it.
That's what I'm talking about. You
The
can be
reason
mad
I
at
don't
the comedy
agree is
clubs.
because actors don't shit on stand-ups, and we are always doing acting projects.
Maybe Kate Beckinsale does. We don't know what she's into.
Oh, you know why?
She
Because
may be
actors
shitting on stand-up.
generally, except for like about 8 or 9 of them, have zero talent. The most overblown, garbage group of people. They're vapid. You must have to interview them sometimes, huh?
They're really
Aren't they
fascinating.
the worst?
Was the director fun?
Oh God, they're so dumb and so replaceable.
Yeah.
A lot of them
They're
are, yeah.
so needy because they know they offer nothing. Again, 8 or 9 of them are actually really talented, and the rest are just anyone can
I will
do
tell
it.
you.
You sound like serious negotiating with our agent. But no, you know what? Again, comedians do sitcoms all the time. Comics who are not like Seinfeld. He wasn't a great actor, but I mean, come on, he took 10 years of fucking primetime television away from a quote-unquote real actor.
Yeah, and he got the ratings.
But no,
Everyone
but
came.
I don't mind.
Oh.
I'm saying that I don't mind when people do it because comics cross over in every direction too, and who cares?
Yeah, so Stormy Daniels sold out every weekend.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
Then you'd have to be like, oh,
yeah, if she,
Yeah, you would.
and actors weren't coming out and attacking Jerry, going, he's not great. Like,
And there was also early on, I remember people saying this about Steve-O early on. Like, what the fuck? And I'm like,
Yeah,
"Eh,
yeah.
it's nothing.
Stand up
I'm on
for him.
headlining clubs, so it doesn't matter, especially then. But then, meanwhile, 8-10 years later, he's still doing stand-up.
Tom
So
Green,
it's like,
same
good for
thing.
you.
Yeah.
Tom Green cares about being funny.
Yeah.
He like goes on the road. Or fucking TJ Miller. He's fucking obsessed with stand-up. Like he's a real actor and he's obsessed with stand-up.
Well, but he started as a stand-up.
Oh, did he start
Yeah,
as
he's a
Oh, I
stand-up
didn't.
through and
Okay, I thought he
through.
started as an
Yeah,
actor.
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's a bad one. Then.
Yeah.
Who's that? Who's that she's showing?
Who's
That's
this hot
Snooki.
bitch?
Oh no, I think it's something else. Just an ad.
That's a picture of Snooki.
Just keeping you on the internet.
Yeah.
She's hot, Snooki. How'd she get hotter?
Yeah, I don't know.
I love when comics talk shit on the internet. I actually love it.
You do?
Yeah.
Well, you love gossip.
I love
it's
drama.
great. It's great. Do you think you're gonna start trying to develop a filter for public and private conversations? Because I hope not.
Yeah, but okay, part of me though is like, no, you shouldn't shit on somebody for trying. And then another part of me looks at like F. Scott Fitzgerald writing shit about other writers of his times, and I'm like, that's so interesting.
It really is.
You know,
but
I'd
it's
be like,
probably,
Hemingway, how come you don't use big words? You a fucking idiot.
well, here's the thing. It's gonna make you not likable in the moment. Like the people around you that you're talking shit about are not gonna like you.
Right.
It's gonna make your life difficult when you're living it.
Yeah.
But for everybody outside,
I love it.
Like,
to be Kevin Brennan, how joyous would it be?
It's incredible.
In every moment except when he sits down at the back table, has to look around and think, wait, what have I said in the last couple months?
Right. Exactly. Like, his life can't be easy, but I love listening to him.
Yeah.
You know, and the same thing with you. When you start popping off at the mouth, I'm like, yes, this is the Ari I've been looking for. I'm sure his life is not the most easy thing in the world, but it's not my life. I don't care.
The thing is, I just told myself, like before, it's like I'm done like pulling punches on people, but except for what they do on stage in a non-stealing way. That is like, I should leave alone. And then I fucking went against it. It was so fucking garbage.
It's your instincts.
It happens.
Yeah.
We all make little mistakes.
Do you, Chip?
Sure. Chip makes a lot of them.
What?
I don't give a fuck.
Oh, that's his problem.
What happened to your arm? Did you fucking break it?
Yes, I broke it.
Of course, it's eating cats.
Jesus.
I was drinking my orange vanilla Coca-Cola going, this is great. New soda, I'll taste it. This is going to be amazing. And then watching the big HBO doc last night.
I'm very disappointed I didn't realize it was on last night.
The Michael Jackson doc.
Yeah.
Leaving Neverland. Not Finding Neverland. Leaving Neverland.
I didn't even do anything. I just went to dinner with a friend and came home.
We had some froyo.
I did. But I mean, I didn't. What time is it on? 8 o'clock?
8 o'clock, yeah. It was the big 8 o'clock show. It was on at 8 o'clock. They did the first 2 hours tonight, or last night. They're doing the second 2 hours tonight. But I'm telling you, man, first you watch the first half hour, and you're going, okay, they're stretching this out clearly. This is the one that was at Sundance that they had therapists and whatnot in the movie theater because they thought people would be so emotionally disturbed, which really did feel like one of those like 70s horror movie gimmicks.
Of course it is.
You know what I mean?
Gimmick, yeah.
There's vomit bags in the seats in case you can't handle it.
Yeah, except there was wet naps.
No, I know why.
Okay.
You didn't have to explain. It's disgusting.
Well, no, if people are eating popcorn.
Oh, I see. But I'm sitting there going like, okay, half an hour in, they are really stretching this out because they got to get 4 hours of it because there's a part 2 tomorrow night. But by the end of it, it picks up right about 30 minutes in. And by the end of the 2 hours, I'm sitting there going, what the fuck do they have to cover tomorrow? This is insane. It's a lot of detail, Jim.
It was structured wonderfully.
It was, I mean, it's a weird way to say that, but yes, it was.
It's a well-made documentary.
That's better.
It's a well-made documentary.
Structured wonderfully.
But structured wonderfully.
Yeah.
Kids are talking about getting raped by the king of pop. What do you mean structured wonderfully?
I mean,
wonderfully
story.
is the wrong word.
Yeah.
Story, not
What was the matter? You were able to edge all the way through it?
It's not a wonderful story.
I never said it was a wonderful story. I said it was structured wonderfully.
It built to a delicious climax of sadness and ruined childhood.
Yeah, what the hell are you talking about with your words?
It was structured
I'm just
wonderfully.
saying it doesn't start with, hey, Michael Jackson fuck some kids.
You know, Travis reviews child porn. That's what he does. This was a wonderfully structured picture with the man in the mask coming in first.
Just saying.
That is how you're coming across right now, Travis.
I know a lot about bad childhoods.
Please. Your mom left when you were 20. Wade Robinson is over there getting fucked by Michael Jackson at 7. Yeah. Come see, come saw.
Whoa.
So,
Number 9. What a terrible fact.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
We'll get to that tomorrow.
Maybe we'll get to it or tonight. It starts off, basically, they really, really try to lay the groundwork. Now, there is some doubt in this documentary because while it certainly goes into the detail in these two kids or two guys now stories that the R. Kelly doc goes into, it's only the two guys' stories, meaning they don't have it's the two guys that are saying this happened to me when we were kids. It's their families, and that's it. That's who they talk to. They don't talk to, Michael Jackson's inner circle that are finally going like, look, here's what was going on. They don't talk to other kids that say it didn't happen to me. They don't talk to anyone in this thing except for the 2 guys that say it happened to them and their families.
Wow.
And these 2 guys are on record in court
From years ago.
as defending him.
Oh, right. They did. They both said he didn't do it.
They both said he didn't do it. And there are stories about Wade Robson specifically having something to gain. Like he was having financial troubles at work and whatnot. And when he first, in like 2011 or 2012, when he first came out and turned his story around and accused Michael Jackson, first of all, obviously it was after Michael was dead. And second of all, the first thing he did was file a lawsuit. So, of course,
Right.
you've got people going. Financially,
Yeah.
he's got something to gain. He tried to get a book deal. It didn't go, but he tried to get a book deal out of it. So there is that part to it. But
Why aren't they interviewing the inner circle?
they said that they didn't, and this is a bad quote to anybody that's putting this movie in doubt. Not that I'm one of the doubters. I'm just saying, presenting the side. They're saying that, I believe the filmmaker said they didn't want to confuse the story, which now you're starting
Well,
to get...
documentary is supposed to get both sides.
Precisely. So there is that. But what they are saying is this is not a documentary about Michael Jackson and what Michael Jackson did. This is a documentary about the stories of these 2 kids that were paralleled, which it's like, okay, that is, you can get out of it that way if you're just telling the story of these 2 kids in the movie. But it was really, the detail was really fucking horrifying.
Yeah, it was.
Big if true. It was really, really bad.
I'm looking forward to seeing it.
And I watched it, and I wasn't, I guess I can be gullible on television with television shows.
You think?
But I watched it going, I believe him.
Oh. Before you, okay, I'm writing it down. You just reminded me of something.
Yeah.
To murder you for.
We'll get there.
Oh, I know what it is.
Yes.
I'll get to it. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
You just about your gullibility. Good.
So they start the thing talking about how Michael Jackson, because it's no secret that Michael Jackson had all these little kid friends, right? He was hanging out with kids all the time.
Yep.
He had Corey Feldman, he had Webster, Macaulay Culkin.
And the thing people said was, oh, he's like a big kid. He
Right.
didn't have a childhood. His childhood was stolen by his father. He was in the Jackson 5. Joe Jackson rubbed a fork on his cheeks because he had acne.
Right.
And
Right.
you're like, well, he didn't have a childhood.
Exactly. So you
He
got
didn't
it.
hang out with a lot of fat kids, though, did he?
No. It was all in shape kids. He liked little dancing
Not a lot of
kids.
little fatties.
Little athletic kids is who he liked.
Not a lot of the kids with acne.
Well, because what he
Little
would
pretty kids.
Because he would like to do, he'd like to dress up the kids as him. And he's not fat. He doesn't have acne.
That's true. He wants to look like him.
So he liked to dress up the kids as him. See, there's the little tiny 7-year-old Wade Robson dressed up as Smooth Criminal.
Yeah, and people thought it was really, like how cute he was, that he loved kids so much. And what a lovely quality that the king of pop is like a big kid.
Dude, they showed these kids dancing. And it's creepy. Like, they showed these kids dancing on stage. And at 5 years old, Wade Robson is doing Michael Jackson pelvic thrusts. Pelvic thrusts. He is humping. At 5 years old, he's humping, and his mom is just there trying to get him into every dance competition she can get him into. That's another element that it was so reminiscent of. You remember when we were talking about the documentary with B, Abducted in Plain Sight?
Sure, with Bob Berchtold.
Right, you remember his name.
Can I not? I remember his technique.
Well, we were talking
The mother and the father. Aha!
Right.
Bob.
We were talking about how he romanced the mom and the dad.
That's right.
And that's how he got away with fucking the shit out of their kid all the time, right?
Yeah.
So you watch this thing, and as you're watching the parents tell their sides of the stories, who obviously believe their kids,
Sure.
you're going, where the fuck were you?
What a lousy fucking shit parent you are.
And the
Not
more-
that I wouldn't do it either for some nice gifts.
Well, that's what it is. The more you're watching, Wade Robson's mom is clearly somebody who wants to be best friends with Michael Jackson. She wants her own relationship with Michael.
By the way, do you know how mad the parents of fat kids must? Like, imagine like the kids like Wade or another kid, and then the one kid who was ugly, and the parents brought the ugly kid around, and then Wade and the other kid are on the jet, and you're just standing there on the tarmac waving bye-bye. You and your fucking awful ugly kid. You're going back in a fucking, you're not even getting a limo ride.
Yeah, you start putting your kid on a diet and buying him fedora hats.
Yeah.
Learn how to dance, man.
Yeah, dance, you little klutzy nothing. Mama needs a new bracelet.
And the other one too. They interviewed 2 kids. It was Wade Robson, and this kid Jimmy. And Jimmy's both parents got off so hard on seeing their kids on stage, seeing their kids in dance competitions, seeing their kids in commercials.
Like stage parents.
100% stage parents. And I'm sitting there going, I mean, my kid's only 2. But like I would feel uncomfortable. Just the part where they're showing this little 5-year-old dancing on stage and he's humping and all the fans in the audience are going, yay. I'm going, if that were my kid, I'd be like, get him off stage. Why are all these people looking at my kid? This is fucking weird.
Yeah.
This is too much. This is not right. But it's different for stage parents. So
that's what they want them to be doing.
Yeah, exactly.
They're like, oh, he's just imitating an adult. It's like, you don't want your kid thrusting his pelvis.
Exactly.
Moving his little crotch.
No.
Little clumsy, dumb kid crotch.
You don't even know why he's humping. What the fuck you humping for?
Dancing. That's Michael Jackson dancing.
Yeah, but Michael Jackson, well, apparently, according to this documentary, he said he hadn't yet.
And what?
Humped. Michael got into his first sexual experience, they said.
Oh.
He told, well, we're getting ahead of ourselves. This thing is amazing. So, the one kid, Wade Robson, is an Australian kid. And
I didn't know that.
Yeah. And when he doesn't have an accent anymore, that's probably what you didn't know. But when he's 5, he's doing Michael Jackson dances. He becomes obsessed with Michael Jackson. He enters into a Michael Jackson dance competition. He wins.
He won.
He wins, yeah, because he's so great at dancing. And at 5 years old, Michael Jackson was coming to Australia. He won a meet and greet with Michael.
Because of the dance competition.
Because of the dance competition.
Lad.
Yeah, that's right. Michael goes, oh, you guys at the show tonight? And then Wade was like,
fucking Roland Jackson.
Exactly.
Sorry, Latoya was going to come in, but she can't. She canceled.
Cancel the press. Cancel the press. You can't travel.
No, he's just coming at 11 o'clock from GMA. He's him and Joe Jackson.
They're going to come next loop around. Latoya's going to come
Would
in
you guys
next
take
loop
Tito as a favor?
So they go backstage for the meet and greet. They go to this Michael Jackson concert. Wade, little 5-year-old Wade, has the time of his life.
Sure.
They go backstage. They meet Michael. Michael goes, oh, were you guys at the show tonight? And then Wade goes, yeah, we were. And Michael goes, oh, I wish I had known. I would have brought you on stage to do that dancing. And of course, Wade's mom, super helpful, goes, oh, we're going to be here tomorrow night too. So Wade's mom in that moment is like, will you bring Wade up on stage tomorrow night? And so they go back the next night, and he does bring up Wade on stage, and because he used to do this thing. And this is where I'm sitting there going, okay, even if not all the stories are true, there's something going on here. Because in all these documentaries, in the R. Kelly documentary, and all the rock star movies and everything, you always hear stories about the rock star having a guy that would go out into the audience and give chicks passes, right? Like everyone. R. Kelly was
part
doing
of the
it.
crew, yeah.
Right. He goes out. Michael had a guy that went out into the audience and gave kids passes so that they could get on stage and dance with him. And you're going, well, he liked to have kids dance with him for one of his numbers. That's fine. Yeah, cool. It's literally the same thing R. Kelly did with girls.
But after, I mean, that was probably you had to, like when you're trying to molest kids, you got to get them on stage because you have to have the parents involved at first too.
Exactly.
So you can't just give them backstage passes. If you bring them up,
yes.
And I guess that the parents come back after, and then everyone kind of hangs out. But at least you and the kids are there with the parents.
Dude, he worked the whole thing. He would bring the kid. He brought the kids on stage. Then he brought the parents back. Then he started saying like, oh, like being friends, just friends with the kid and the whole family. I'm friends with the whole family. Oh, let's all go on vacation together. He brings the whole family on vacation.
He'd bring the parents too.
Of course. Oh, the whole family goes to Neverland. Everybody's having such a good time. The whole family's at Neverland. The guest quarters, very far away from Michael's bedroom at Neverland. Oh, why don't you let Jimmy, we're going to watch movies tonight. We're going to eat candy tonight. We're going to keep playing, blah, blah, blah. Why don't you let Jimmy, oh, Mom, can I sleep with Michael? Oh, let Jimmy sleep with me. And the parents have been worked to the point.
And they also don't want Michael to disapprove, but it's your own kid.
Right, they don't want Michael
Are
to
you supposed
disapprove.
to stop your own kid from getting fucked, even if it's a celebrity?
100%.
I mean, I know, like, I want Ozzy to like me, but I wouldn't want my kid to fuck him.
Yeah, like, oh, if I don't let Ozzy fuck my
Because you
kid.
get jealous.
Is that? I would.
Yeah.
Why can't he stay with me? Why don't you go back to listen to some records?
I mean, you should have heard this stuff. One kid, Jimmy goes on tour with Michael. Michael's like, why don't you let Jimmy come on tour with me all summer?
How does that call happen?
He goes, oh,
Who
fuck.
calls the parents and says, "Look, we like
Michael.
your son"?
Michael does, because they're friends. Michael goes, fuck it. It's summer vacation. Why don't you, and you can come with him.
Does he tell them? Oh, that you said you can come with him.
Oh, yeah, the mom can come with him.
Oh, okay.
But guess what? Once we're all really good friends, this is what Jimmy just sleeps with Michael every night. Jimmy just goes and sleeps with Michael. And unfortunately, Michael wants to put Jimmy's mom up in the nicest suite in the hotel. Unfortunately, it's all the way across on the other side of the hotel, very far away from Michael's room. Very far away. And the mom's just like, yeah, man, this is where the suite is.
They gave her a nice suite.
Beautiful suite.
That was their excuse. That was his excuse.
Beautiful suite, first class travel, limos. But unfortunately, the nicest suite in the hotel is as far away as you can get from Michael's suite. And the kid's going to sleep in Michael's suite.
That's so great. Now, would Michael paint it where there was other kids? Hey, there's a bunch of us staying.
No, because there was one special friend. At first...
Did they make it look like he was sleeping in another bed?
No.
He didn't even get 2 beds?
No. At first, it was the King of Pop has a king-size bed.
Even how there's not 2 kings. It's Michael Jackson. He could have had a second bed put in.
Yeah, he pushed them right together.
Well, yeah, he's for
Big
appearances.
bed. No, one big bed. At first, he would go like...
pedo.
It would be the guy, like, and his sister, for instance. Wade Robson and his sister would fall asleep. It's Michael, it's Wade, and his sister. And they would fall asleep watching movies and eating junk food and whatnot. Okay. Then the sister kind of goes away. And then it's just Michael and Wade.
I think Michael had good junk food in the fucking...
But they showed it.
What'd they have?
Fucking everything.
They did, right?
Michael,
I'll tell you one thing. If you're a kid, Michael Jackson's candy offerings must have been a home run.
Dude, he had a movie theater in Neverland.
Of course
he
he
get
did.
the movies before theaters gets them. And he's got a whole snack, like it looks like a concession.
Wait, he would get the movies before theaters? That's funny.
Yeah. And
That's
he'd get
Michael
him, it's old school, so he'd get him on film, obviously. But he'd get the film and he'd have a projectionist, the whole deal. But,
like kids' movies he wanted to see?
Whatever he wants. They said, what was the, I can't remember they said what movie they watched at Neverland, and it was one of those 80s, like...
E.T.
No, it wasn't even a big one. It was like the knockoff of Short Circuit or something like that. No, it wasn't. The Accused. Probably would have been a little on the nose.
Yeah. The Woodsman.
But then they showed the concession stand at Neverland Movie Theater. Every candy you could ever imagine.
Oh, they had a concession stand?
It's amazing.
Was there a person working there?
Not when they showed it. No. It was on the house though. It was free. All the candy was free. So, they keep it moving, but this is, I'll play you some clips. This is when Michael was on the plane with Jimmy. This was after, I think, the first show that they went to, and he flew Jimmy and his mom on a jet, or maybe this was after the Hawaii trip. He flew them all to Hawaii.
Okay.
And they're on a plane together, and Michael turns on the audio recorder. And so they actually have all this stuff. It's amazing how much archival stuff they have. But this is Michael and Jimmy.
Why did Michael give the kid the audio?
The kid probably had the recorder.
Oh, okay.
Like it wasn't like a secret. And it's not like it. This isn't so much damning as it is. You get to hear the way Michael would kind of interact.
Right.
I remember the plane being quite empty. And I did this mock interview with him. He said I could ask him anything I wanted.
We're in the air on our way home from Hawaii. Thousands of feet in the air on this DC-10. I've had a wonderful time with Jimmy.
I swear to fucking God, I thought that was the kid. I thought that was the kid.
I same thing. I saw this last night, and I was like, okay, that's Jimmy talking first in my head just now. And he goes, I had a wonderful time with Jimmy.
Yeah, what a fucking dope Michael was. Thousands of feet in the air, what, the big shiny magic thing?
On a DC-10.
Oh.
Don't you come in my hand, you cocksucker. I'll rip it off.
That's later on in the tape. Yeah.
Oh, let's hear that again. I swear to you, I thought that was the kid setting up the interview.
I got to start from the beginning. Oh, wrong mouse.
Oh, now.
I remember the plane being quite empty. And I did this mock interview with him. He said I could ask him anything I wanted.
We're in the air on our way home from Hawaii. Thousands of feet in the air on this DC-10. I've had a wonderful time with Jimmy. Are you taping? Sure. You can ask anything.
I was just playing reporter. And he never gave interviews. So it was kind of like, sure, you can interview me, but nobody else got interviews. So it was also a big deal.
How did you like Hawaii? What was your best thing?
This kid sucks as an interviewer.
Being with you.
How do you feel about performing and stuff? Do you like it?
I love performing. It is the greatest thing in the world because I feel at home on stage. I could live on stage. I'm the most happiest when I'm on stage and when I'm with Jimmy Safechuck. But the best commercial of all the Pepsi commercials is the one that you and I did. And I'm not just saying that. That's the best one. Because it has heart. Every time I see it, it makes me smile.
So he met Jimmy on a Pepsi commercial.
No
Jimmy
wonder
was
he
the
liked
kid.
kids. He was a fucking stupid asshole. What a fucking plain idiot Michael was.
Jimmy
I
was-
like the plane. It's so high in the air.
Yeah, like you're Michael Jackson, your biggest pop star in the world, and it's still a marvel that planes can fly.
Yeah, that's your insight. Me and this fucking kid, I enjoyed dancing in a Pepsi commercial.
Thank God nobody ever did interviews with him.
Yeah, he was
nothing to
awful.
say.
No, and he blew it every time. What did you like doing? Sleeping with the boys. Martin Bashir's like, what?
What?
He blew it. The second he started talking, he blew it. Couldn't help himself.
But I mean, did you hear the way he was talking to Jimmy? That's like the way you talk when you're in high school and you're trying to get a girl to like you.
Dude,
my
it's
favorite
exactly
part
what I
was
would've
being
said.
with you.
Yeah, just being with you. That's what you say when you're trying to fuck somebody.
100%, right? That's what I'm
Yeah.
sitting there thinking that. Like, he goes like, my favorite. Nobody even asked him about the Pepsi commercial. You know what the best Pepsi commercial is? The one me and you did together. What?
It's exactly what I would tell a woman. What's the best part of going away and doing the gig? Was that you were with me.
Yeah.
And it wasn't.
Usually not.
No, it was doing the show and then fucking you. What's the worst part? Talking to you after.
But you don't get into all the specifics.
You don't say that.
No. Well, Michael, he's the same. He really is a smooth criminal. He knows exactly what to say.
Yeah.
And then
is there more of this riveting interview? This kid should have
No.
wrote his questions down.
No.
What was your favorite part? Do you like pineapple? Shut up.
But I'm sitting there going like, they air this interview, and the interview was the first time I was like, that's a little much to look away from. That's a head scratcher. The way he's talking to him, the way he's being flirtatious, and like, oh, I just like being around you. I'm going like, that's fuck
Yeah,
language.
he's working him.
Yeah, he's working him. And I didn't realize 3 minutes later in the documentary, all shit was about to hit the fan.
By the way, that's when Rob asked me my favorite part of doing the live show in Philly. That's what I said to him.
You did.
It's being with you.
Being with you.
That's right. These are the best live shows, the one you're at.
Yeah. I like being backstage and talking to you about
Yeah.
the shows. It's because it's me and you together.
Yeah.
I think that's fine.
Little Robbie in his hat.
Yeah. You know what I like? You know what my favorite hat is? The one you wear.
Yeah, when you turn it sideways like you're a little b-boy.
I think you're just great. I think you're terrific.
I hate Rob's fucking shirt length.
Of course you would. It's very, very
The
short.
collared shirt, and he's leaning forward. His underpants are still showing.
That's right. Rob, he gets he takes his collared shirts to the tailor and says, "Can you make a half shirt out of this?"
Yeah.
It's not true.
Can you go
It is
ahead?
true.
Can you make this half
It's
C?
tiny. You're down there fixing the guy's mic, and your fucking underpants are showing from the back.
Well, do you not like it?
Hate it.
Oh.
Usually, people who are like Rob's size, they have to get their clothes like tailored and everything. But for Rob shops at Rob shops at the short and squat store.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I got a weird body, I guess.
It's a nice body.
It's
Yeah.
a nice bod, but
Weird socks, pepperoni nipples. I don't have a nice bod.
hey.
He does have pepperoni
You have
nipples,
like 8
doesn't he?
toes.
Yeah,
I do
Oh
have
my
8
God,
toes.
webbed toes.
Fused toes.
Rob is a mess.
Michael would have thrown you back.
Oh, yeah.
Uncut.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's right. Unclipped.
Yeah.
You're not
Boy, there's just
disappoint-
skin
Oh.
everywhere. His cock between his toes.
A lot of extra skin.
You know, yeah,
Unclipped.
plenty of flesh.
Oh, yeah.
Clothes on. Michael probably would have been like, "Oh, let's get Rob a perm. Let's dress him up. Let's
Yeah.
put the Thriller jacket on him. Let's get him all kinds of
Get some
Michael
clothes
stuff."
that fit.
Right, but then he'd take your clothes off, and he's like, "Oh, what the fuck did I get myself into?"
Then he would have fucking licked Rob's brown manhole covered nipples.
You think Rob would have been a one-night sleepover?
Oh,
Absolutely.
forget it.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
He would have had just Rob eat his ass while he jerked off and looked at the pictures of other people.
Like he wouldn't. None of the Michael Jackson charm.
No.
It would just be like, "I don't give a fuck about you."
Yeah,
Rob.
Rob was
go
like,
to
"Can I have
the
some
training
candy?
room?"
You're going to get fat."
Yeah, exactly. Michael, can we watch another movie? No, Rob, the movies are over.
It's time to go to bed. Go back to your mother.
Yeah, exactly. Rob would have been right back to the guest house. Rob would have had to walk right all the way through the hotel to find that other suite.
He would have tried to like do this foot fetish thing where he fucks the feet, and then Rob's socks would have came off and his dick would have wilted. His fucking vitiligo dick would have just shrunk.
Why don't you swim back to your mom's suite, web toes? You fucking merman.
I think you would have liked them.
Me or he?
He.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well,
No, he would have thrown you back.
I think he would have thrown you back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You are a mutant.
Yeah.
He would have treated you the way fucking Peter Dinklage's father wanted to treat him in Game of Thrones. God damn it.
What's wrong?
Just too weird.
It was an obscure reference.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
I don't watch Game of Thrones.
I got
but
it.
Peter Dinklage, he's a little guy, so.
His dad doesn't like him.
Wanted to throw him in the ocean when he realized he was born a dwarf.
That's too bad. So you think Rob came out, first of all babies come out uncircumcised, but Rob's dad didn't know that. And he was like, what? He came out uncircumcised and with webbed toes? In the drink you go.
It was his toes.
You think so?
Yeah.
Let the fish swim.
Yeah, because there's probably a mailman in the neighborhood that everybody makes fun of because he has webbed toes.
You think so?
Yeah, there's a guy who delivers the mail. He's part-time mail carrier, and everybody laughs at the fact that he has a giant cock and webbed toes.
I don't want my son being that guy. In the water with you. How'd your dad know the mailman's dick was so big?
Oh, it was just a rumor. Someone saw him whizzing behind him.
Yeah, it's just a rumor. Come on.
I see. I don't want to say anything out of school. You're right. So you want to see where it gets...
Yes, I do.
This is
hot?
Where it gets a little scandalous for Michael. Now, I didn't see all of this because I was too busy watching...
palm spitting.
No, not palm spitting. There was counter-programming on that really locked me in. The Jackson family was very, very smart. This came on at 8 p.m. last night. It had a running time of 122 minutes. In a hugely coincidental move that I'm sure was just parallel thinking. At 8 p.m. on Michael Jackson's official YouTube channel, a concert film debuted that was 2 hours and 2 minutes long. So the Jackson family...
How many views?
150,000.
That's it?
I think the HBO doc
smoked it.
I'll say this: the YouTube video did not become a trending topic all night long.
Good. People were more busy watching them fuck kids.
That's what they were. That's what they were watching. Yeah. When he starts singing, I'm staring at the man in the mirror on stage. You go like, oh wait, let me go back to that kid fucking.
I'd rather
doc.
stare at the boy in the bedroom. Hear what he has to say.
Well, here's what he had to say. This was Jimmy talking about when things got a little bit closer than the airplane interview.
Michael and I were in his room. He set it up like, I'm gonna show you something that everybody does and you'll really enjoy it. So it was like he was teaching you something new. And I remember my penis swelling up because I did it so much that first time. I must have done it a few times. And so I remember dipping my penis in warm water. Michael filled the cup up with water so I could pee. It was hard to pee. I don't have any unpleasant memories other than not being able to pee.
Oh.
It felt like you were bonding in a way. The tour was the start of this sexual, couple relationship.
Jimmy was 9 when he says this.
Why was he trying to pee into a cup?
He had masturbated so much.
Oh, he swole up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Michael was teaching him how to masturbate.
He did it so many times.
Yeah. But he's 9. He can't.
I don't know if I could have come at 9.
He can't. I don't even know if he went into detail with that too.
Yep.
He said that
swollen dick and a warm cup to whiz in.
Yeah. He said there was clear things coming out, but no actual ejaculate.
Right.
This is it's
too small a lad.
Yeah. That's why you're not supposed to do that with 9-year-olds.
No, it's frowned on.
It's so frowned on. It's actually against the law. I don't know if you knew that.
I did.
Okay, good. And then this is where, right after that, he starts talking about what Michael liked. And there are people who think that he came from sexual abuse, not just physical abuse.
Michael, maybe.
And when I started hearing about what Michael's habits are, I started to worry about not Jimmy from the doc as much as my pal Jimmy Norton and the things that he went through. Troy, tell me if any of this sounds familiar.
Michael would like it if you would bend over and like spread open your cheeks. That's what he liked.
Oh, wait. Not
What? You want to just give that one a slower listen, do you?
Yeah, no.
Let's go back and hear it again.
Yeah.
I didn't want.
By the way, for the record, Sam is massaging himself through his pants.
I didn't want you to think that I thought that Jim liked, Jim Norton liked to have kids spread their cheeks.
No, I don't.
It gets.
I can't think of anything worse than a fucking dirty kid's asshole.
Oh. Ugh.
Fuck that.
No. Well, Michael could think of a lot worse because apparently Jimmy's
like
saying
a vagina.
He liked it.
Michael would like it if you would bend over and like spread open your cheeks. That's what he liked. And then he would masturbate. And he liked if I rubbed his nipples.
I get
so
that.
we would do stuff, and then in the end, when he wanted to ejaculate, he would finish himself.
I mean, that's pretty fucking bad.
Yeah, it's pretty close to what I do too.
What do you do?
Have a girl lick my nipples while I jerk off.
yeah.
I do. Or tweedle them.
That's what. And then later on, Wade talks about nipple play as well. Like the stories that Wade and this Jimmy guy tell completely match. They could have spoken about it ahead of time.
Yeah, of course.
But they do completely match. And you're going like, oh, fuck.
Now I have an itch on my upper, but I was afraid to scratch it.
No, you can't yet.
It's right there, just for the record.
Okay, all right.
On my waist.
It's very good that you clarified that.
Absolutely, because you don't want to be digging around your crotch during that fucking audio.
No.
That's the wrong message to send out.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I mean, they were going through the Neverland Ranch, and Jimmy was saying that they fucked in every room in Neverland. He was like sitting there. They went through room to room, and he was giving like a mental tour of Neverland. He was like, "Oh yeah, there was this movie theater where all the candy was outside. We had sex in the movie theater." And there was this train station that went all around Neverland. And if you went upstairs, there was a bedroom on top of the train station. We had sex up there. And then Michael, he had this bedroom, and there were all these big paintings. And there was a painting on the ceiling. We had sex in the bedroom.
They probably look up at the painting. Come here, I show you the painting.
There's a painting of Peter Pan.
Ugh, fuck Peter Pan.
And that's what he tried to do.
That's true.
Yeah, that was the issue. That was the whole problem.
What kind of creepy adult has fucking Peter Pan on the ceiling?
I think that's only really the beginning of Michael Jackson's problems.
Maybe, yeah.
If he just had Peter Pan on the ceiling, I'd go, okay, he's an artist. He's weird. But, like, if he's really wanting to look at 9-year-olds' anals while he jerks off, I can't.
Wait, the train station was on multi-floors?
There was an upper floor of the train station. There's a bedroom above the train station. They had sex in there.
How big was the train set?
It was a human-sized train.
Oh,
he had a train that
made
went
to look like the front of Disneyland.
Yeah,
he had a train that would go all over.
Yeah, that went around Neverland.
Yeah, dude, Neverland was the fucking shit.
Okay, first of all,
but it was on one floor.
Jim has now ignored the whole thing we just heard. The most disturbing. I've never. That might be the most
train station. Okay,
that might be the most disturbing thing I've ever heard. The whole like.
It just sounds like fun to be a boy on a train.
Show me your anal, and I'm gonna jerk
station.
off. And Jim is just going like thinking about his childhood. Going. This is why I think Jim was molested. He's thinking about his childhood. Going. Oh, but there's a train station.
100%.
He's going.
I found a picture of the older bully boy.
How old was he?
Just a year older than me.
Okay. How did that make you feel when you found the photo?
I just saw it.
It was just like, that's that guy? But there's something in you that goes like, oh, but it would have been fun to ride that train.
No, I thought it was like a train set that you have as a kid.
Oh, no. No. This is, you might go like, oh, well, maybe Michael had a child's mind, so he didn't know what he was doing was wrong. Right? He didn't know he'd get in trouble for it.
I don't believe that.
Well, yeah, this kind of blows that theory up.
He would run drills with me where you'd be in the hotel room and he would pretend like somebody was coming in and you had to get dressed as fast as possible without making noise. So not getting caught was a big, like, just kind of fundamental. It was very much a secret. And he would tell me that if anybody found out, his life would be over and my life would be over. And that's something he tells you over and over again.
That's like textbook molestation, grooming, right?
Doing drills.
Drill.
Jesus Christ, it was like a fucking fire drill.
Get dressed drills.
Yeah, the alarm would go off. They both put their clothes on. This is just a test.
Gotcha, Jimmy. Okay, take them off again.
Yeah.
Ugh.
But you know, the one time the kid probably did something wrong, put his shirt backwards. No. Panicked.
Michael, what do you think Michael would panic?
Oh. Fuck yeah.
Just Bubbles outside ringing a bell.
Oh, yeah, I heard that years ago that there was a bell or some kind of a thing that would make noise.
Oh, you did you?
Yeah, I think LaToya or somebody said that years ago.
Well, they talk about the bell.
The routine was we would get a blanket and lay it down on the floor inside of the closet next to his main bed, so we could close the doors and have like several sort of doors people had to get through. It was just a hall that leads to his room. So there were bells, so you could have a moment of hearing them trip, and at least it alarmed him to when people are coming. There was like kissing and I think just kind of rubbing on each other. And then oral sex. And then he would want me to suck on his nipples, and then he would finish himself.
Is that legal?
No, what? I don't even know if this is legal. Dude, so
that's Neverland, or is that the guest house?
That's the train station.
That's just the train
That's
station.
not very impressive at all.
No, Neverland, they showed the blueprint for it. It's a very impressive house.
So do you think he would take Jimmy on the train ride, or the other kid, let's go choo-choo, and then stop in the train house and run in for candy? Get a quick one in?
Get a quick one in.
Ugh.
Nipple play and a hand job. Dude.
Who are these fucking shitty people around him?
That's what I've always, especially as more and more of these stories come out, whether it's the Weinstein stuff, the R. Kelly stuff, the Michael Jackson stuff, I'm going, why aren't we locking up everybody that's around these people? Because clearly they have to have recruiters.
It's
I mean,
kids.
they talked about with Jimmy. He sent a camera crew at one point to Jimmy's house to interview him and have Jimmy do Michael Jackson dances on camera. But it wasn't for anything.
No, but that's also one of those things where you could say it's legitimate. Like, well, he might make something out of this, or it's like a tie-in with a project.
But when you're a staffer, if you're a full-on staffer, you know what the deal is.
Yeah,
staffers back then though didn't know because Jimmy was his first.
Was he the first?
No, he told.
But Jimmy was the first or no?
Michael told Jimmy that Jimmy was his first sexual experience.
Ew.
I don't think that that's true.
No,
Jim Norton.
Why not?
I don't think that that's true.
No.
Travis was convinced.
Oh,
I'm just taking Michael at his word.
Yeah. Travis was convinced. I, unfortunately, was not convinced. This is where they talk about that.
So it wouldn't actually like ejaculate. It would be this like kind of lubricant without anything in it.
Ugh.
I've had that happen too. I hate
would
that.
Sort of
He's a
leak out.
child.
I'm just telling you, I've had that happen.
For me, yeah.
It's disgusting.
Well, Michael would ejaculate. He said that I was his first sexual experience. And he would say that all the time. He's the biggest entertainer and he's a creative genius. And that creative genius thinks that you're special. What's not to like, right?
There's something really that seems legit because he's talking about how he liked it, like, or the masturbation kind of felt good or whatever it was. Like, there's
You're
something.
talking about this Jimmy?
Yeah,
Yeah, totally.
He sounds like he's telling the truth.
Where they're sitting there, both Jimmy and Wade are saying that they didn't realize until they were adults that they'd even been abused. They weren't sitting there feeling like abuse victims as it was happening. They're sitting there going, oh my God, the King of Pop thinks I'm special enough to do these secret King of Pop things that he's not doing with everybody else.
Right.
Which, I don't, first time. He really had his whole system rigged up. Yeah, he set up those bells just in case there was somebody to come over to do this for the first time. That's what I mean. Like,
how would the bells be? People would trip on them? How the fuck did that work?
They had bells that would go off because there were multiple doors before you got to the closet,
Didn't people wonder why the bells were going off when they opened the door? Ting-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling. Oh.
People fucking knew. The people who worked in that
Then why
house.
were they fucking going in there? And why would there need to be bells if they all knew?
Because they didn't want them to see. Like, they knew, but it wasn't said.
It was unspoken.
Right.
Or if the parents come looking.
Oh, yeah.
Wouldn't they wonder why there's bells everywhere warning the kids?
Why they were fucking half a mile away in the guest house.
Yeah, they
just
were so
in
out of
case.
breath they weren't noticing the bells.
Yeah. The bells were like a worst case scenario. That was when they had to do the get dressed.
That
drill.
was DEFCON 3.
Yes.
We'll just unplug the goddamn thing. Yeah. I understand.
Right. So that's Jimmy's story. And then they move on to Wade. And Wade is telling Wade's story.
Is that the ranch there or the train station?
That's the first building. That's the beginning of the property.
Oh, there's a lot more than one building.
It's like a theme park.
Yeah, that's just the train station.
Yeah.
Oh, and and the train
like-
would take you back to the house?
Yeah. When you first walk in, it's like Disney World. Like when you first walk in, that's the presentation.
I
but
thought
that's
that was
not
the whole
house.
place.
No.
Oh.
No, he wanted it to look like Disneyland. So that's exactly how Disneyland looks when you walk up to it.
Is it?
Yeah.
The train station? Yes.
Yeah.
With the big clock and everything.
Before you go into the actual park, yeah.
So he had the juice to have that made? Do you think Michael ever went to Disneyland?
I mean, there's footage in the documentary.
Of him in Disneyland.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Enjoying himself. I wish I could have gone to Disneyland with Michael Jackson.
I wish you
Oh
could
my
have too.
God.
I'd go today,
Oh my God.
Would they?
knowing what I know.
First of all, he's not interested in going with you today.
Absolutely
Damn
not.
it.
Fucking.
Just trying to get a free ticket.
So wait, would he have to wait out? Why would Michael Jackson stand there for 45 minutes on a line?
I don't think.
He's not waiting in lines, dude.
I don't think MJ would have to wait online, Jim.
No. You don't have to wait on a line if you don't want to.
Dice didn't wait on lines. You think Michael Jackson waited on lines?
No.
So Neverland is actually back on sale. You know, they realized this doc was coming out. Everybody was going to be hearing about this great Neverland place.
Right.
So they decided to put this place back on the market, but it's in Nevada. And instead of going for, it used to be $100 million. Now they cut it down to 30.
Now is the Ferris wheel still there?
I think they took it down.
No, all the amusement park stuff has been gone for a while.
Yeah.
Why?
All
So you used to buy it?
Because he
What's
wasn't
the,
living.
you weren't buying it for the amusement park
Sure,
equipment.
because it's part of the history of it.
$100 million for a Ferris wheel?
Wasn't he not even living there towards the end of his life?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And he couldn't
so,
pay
like,
the bills on anything.
Yeah, I mean that place has been deserted for a very long time.
Yeah.
So it's probably not that nice.
No,
I
it
think
has
the house itself was renovated.
Was it?
Yeah, like I think that the grounds are just fine, but like all that shit, all the zoo and the amusement park and all that
Bubbles
stuff.
is still hanging out in the forest somewhere.
Yeah, Bubbles
They
I
could've-
think comes with the property.
Is
He
that
does.
the renovated version or the original? The one we're looking at photos of.
I don't know.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure everything
I
is
the
like
floors.
somewhat maintained, but it's like all it's
Does
all.
someone clean it still or maintain it, make sure the windows aren't broken? Or
Well,
Well,
they're
sure,
trying to
somebody
sell it,
owns it.
yeah.
They're trying to sell it.
That's true.
But
I wonder if they turn it into a Graceland for him.
who's the fuck is going to every fucked a kid in every room? Who's going to Graceland? If you found out Elvis fucked a kid in every single room, you're still going to Graceland.
I mean, years got to pass.
It probably makes for a longer tour.
That's true.
He fucked kids in all the
I know he
rooms.
fucked kids.
People go on a Dealey Plaza tour. Sure, I could definitely see them going on this.
Yep.
A kid fuck tour?
Sure.
No, it's,
You wouldn't call it that.
We did
Well,
it.
no, you
and they-
can't.
Jimmy said he got fucked in every room.
No, you wouldn't. They wouldn't say it's a kid fuck tour, but there'd be like little numbers the way the police put like next to shell casings, like you're by the closet by the pillow.
So if you know, you know. Or like on the when you put the headphones on and they give the audio guided tour,
Yeah.
there's just a tone. Every time you step where a child was molested, there's just a tone.
Yeah, you just hear fucking this guy. Oh fuck!
Masturbating.
Right.
His
It's
voice.
just-
He does
you go,
the audio.
What does that mean? If you know, you know.
You know.
Yeah, no, they're not going to turn it into Graceland,
I
man.
bet you they do.
They won't because all this shit is gone anyway.
I bet you in 20 years, nobody's going to care about this. They'll be like, oh, it's just something that happened.
It'll
Dude.
be worse 20 years from now.
It will be worse.
It'll be worse.
I know you think in 20 years everybody's going to be fine with pedophilia. You already made that clear.
I don't know about 20 years, but probably 50.
You hope.
I
Yeah,
mean,
while
dude,
he's still alive.
I mean,
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
exactly.
banking on it.
You can finally put out your photo collection.
I mean, theoretically, somebody can buy it and turn it into a Graceland.
They can theoretically, but nobody's going on a Michael
no, but like
Jackson
his
kid fuck
family's not
tour.
going to do it. Well, no, they're not going to use the F word. They wouldn't sell tickets.
Kid sex tour.
Yeah.
They're not doing that. They're not doing a Michael Jackson pedophile museum.
Michael Jackson's anals tour.
They're not gonna because he looked at kids' anals in every room of that house.
it's not going to matter. Do you think Michael Jackson fans that are diehard,
Yep.
R. Kelly fans don't care?
No, I totally agree with
There's
Troy.
there's a small group of people. You're right. There's the
That's
group
a
of
small
fans,
group. Yeah.
but there's right now
Small
peop-
group.
There's a group, but relatively compared to what the fans he had. BBC Two already stopped playing his music.
That's one radio station. I mean,
That's always one. There's
should-
always one that fucks you over first, and then all of a sudden the dominoes go because then everybody else is pressured.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, the loudest group is not necessarily the biggest group. There's no way. If he was fucking a kid in every room of that house that they're doing a Neverland tour.
No.
They'd be like, look, they took down the Ferris wheel, but we reconstructed a Ferris wheel to match the old one.
That's right.
So this looks just like the Ferris wheel where he used to bring kids on and fuck them on the Ferris wheel.
Yeah, we even put little throwback cranberry stains on the seats.
Do you want to go on that tour with the cranberry stains? Wouldn't that bum you out to see the cranberry stains?
I mean, look.
Or no?
If they reconstructed Neverland
With
like
the
it was,
with the cranberry.
the cranberry would bother me.
I might go the way you go on a tour of Auschwitz, like to look at a terrible place. But they do. They tour concentration
they
camps.
do.
Like you're not praising anybody. You're looking at this place where all this fucking awful shit happened.
It's history.
Okay, it's his story.
That's true.
So you would. Okay, all right. Okay, we're getting somewhere.
But
here.
you understand the tone. The
Yes.
tone of it would be different.
I'm glad we're brainstorming here. So
Would the bells
maybe
be there?
What's that?
Would the
you'd
bells
have to leave
still
the
be there?
bells.
Yes.
Yes, to
The
make
what?
it authentic.
The bells.
Yeah.
Yeah, every
You'd
time
have-
you walk in, there's a bell going.
Tink-a-link-a-link. Ah.
Troy
have-
wants pure authenticity.
Sure, I don't blame him.
You'd have to
Yeah,
leave
I
the
mean,
bells.
They're not going to have like mannequins of him jerking off to a kid's butthole.
No, but they
there.
put like little mannequins of kids, like small kids, with
Right.
like their fucking one part of the shirt untucked. Like just so you kind of, but you can't have like real kid actors. You'd have to have like those little fucking animatronics.
Right. Like in Disney.
Yeah.
He would love that. Yeah, maybe Jim's.
Boy,
maybe
is he lucky he died before all this shit.
Oh my God! This would have really.
His career.
This would have made it tough for him to walk around.
Yeah. People would have started to think he was weird.
But maybe Troy, if we can compromise with Jim and we do open Neverland, but we literally say this is a horrible place of tons of child sex happen.
Yeah, it'd be a tour like a Holocaust
Auschwitz.
tour,
Yeah.
or like the Manson murder, like some bad place. It wouldn't be a good place.
So then no amusement rides.
No, you leave the train.
No, you have all of them because that's what it was.
Working?
Fuck it.
Maybe working, yeah.
I mean, what are you going to have? Amusement park rides that don't work?
You don't make it
Stupid.
but no wooing allowed. Like no, like woo, like you can't throw your hands over your head. Like,
Right.
fun.
You can take like a sad Ferris wheel ride.
Yeah, they'll play sad music.
Right.
Yeah.
But it'll be sad Michael music. It'll just be his slow stuff.
Yeah.
It'll just be Ben will be playing on a loop.
Or the chorus of "I'm bad." That's all it would say is "I'm bad, I'm bad, I'm bad."
Well, yeah, here's the
No.
problem. They have to play the chorus because the opening lyric of that song is "Your butt is mine," which really takes on a
Is it
different
really?
connotation. Yeah, your butt is mine.
Is it your butt or your bud?
Your
Bud.
bud. Why would you say your bud?
Why would you say your butt is mine?
Well, I can't
Butt.
picture-
He's talking about little kids. Your butt
Troy
is
say
mine.
bud?
Troy thinks he's saying your butt is mine. Like, hey,
bud.
hey, I don't like you, but
okay.
your
Your
friend,
butt is
he's
mine.
mine.
I'm
I
gonna
didn't know
tell
that's
you
what he
right.
said. I don't know why.
Why would he say your bud?
I don't know. I don't,
Like, I
don't
don't
say butt.
Stole your friend.
But you think
Because he
was a-
likes kids. He likes to look at kids' anals.
And my Troy thought he was a beer drinker.
I hear that lyric totally differently now.
He's trying to grab somebody's Steve Weiser, that's all.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he likes to look at kids' anals and he's singing about it.
But
know?
that song came out before he was doing any of this.
Yeah, this is grandfathered in. Remember?
Why do you believe the story that it's not clearly?
Yeah.
Jimmy's talking about a process
Yes.
that has already been set up for molesting children.
It's like a fucking. It's like Lucy and the Chocolates. It's a conveyor belt of kid fucking.
But how do you know it wasn't the first time? There's got to be a first time somewhere.
Because he wouldn't have already set up the process if it was the first time.
The first time he probably did it on tour in a fucking green room. The kid's parents went to the bathroom and he fumbled with it. The first times are probably clumsy and rushed.
Yeah.
But they weren't set up with a system.
Okay,
Here's
so
what
now
hap-
we're just not trusting Michael Jackson.
Here's what happened
I'm
the
not
first
saying
time. First time it happened, at some point Michael Jackson thought to himself, I got to get a fucking bell.
I need a system here because I want to do it so many times that he can't pee after. I need a system of protection.
Here's what happened the first time. I got to teach these kids how to get dressed quicker. This is fucking crazy.
Yeah, old fucking slowpoke Steve over here, fucking clumsily tucking. He's fucking the stupid kid's tucking his shirt in like fucking Private Pile in Full Metal Jacket.
Right.
All slow. Come on, Leonard.
He's trying to get an audience together to listen to Blame It on the Boogie. Meanwhile, this kid is taking fucking half an hour to put his pants back on. He's going to get in trouble.
All right, well, until somebody can come forward before Jimmy, I think Bad's grandfathered in.
Yeah, you're fucking off.
Maybe one of those kids was before Jimmy.
That's what I'm saying. He's got to come forward, though.
Yeah, the molestation started at Dangerous Era. Period.
No, it didn't.
It clearly did
Started
not.
the Bad tour.
First
but
of all,
Bad
he
already
was on
recorded.
tour
Okay, you're right. Travis is right.
He's on tour for Bad.
He's singing about
He
what
hadn't
he's
even
doing.
started writing Dangerous.
Artists confess during their stuff.
True.
I'm smooth criminal. I'm bad. I'm dangerous. Come on, he's telling you what's going on.
You don't think when he wrote Your Butt Is Mine, he was singing about a little kid's anal?
Billie Jean, BJ.
Yeah. Billie Jean is not my lover. You know how he knows that? Because he fucks kids, not full-grown women.
Exactly.
Or
Billie
he's
Jean's a
just writing
lady.
about fantasies that he hasn't done yet.
He's singing Billie Jean to a parent. Billie Jean is 4.
Yeah, Billie Jean's not my lover.
Yeah.
Billie Jean's old and has hair down there. But he was confessing in all his music.
He was.
Yeah.
Dangerous and I'm bad.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm a smooth criminal. That's all confession.
Man in the mirror, he's trying to change.
That's right. It's trying to change.
I got to make a
Absolutely.
change.
I got to make a change.
He's got to stop fucking kids, is what he's
Yeah.
saying to himself.
He can't.
Yeah.
He can't stop.
No.
So instead, he's like, I either got to stop fucking kids or I got to go to Home Depot and buy a shit ton of bells.
That's right.
And so which did he choose?
The bells.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, I mean, we've only gotten to Jimmy stuff. Listen to poor Wade Robson, who's this little 5-year-old in Australia. He's obsessed with Michael Jackson. This kid, Jimmy, he's showing Michael Jackson his anal. He didn't even like Michael Jackson beforehand. He was in a Pepsi commercial. He wasn't even a Michael Jackson fan. Wade Robson was obsessed with Michael Jackson. Obsessed with him. He had pictures everywhere. He dressed up as Michael as a little kid. It was ridiculous. And he talks about how rapidly the sexual stuff picked up with Michael. This is when Wade was 7 years old. He's describing these things.
I mean, it escalated rapidly. So taking showers together and, fondling and kissing. So him kissing me, I mean, like full open mouth, tongue in mouth, kissing. He would put my fingers on his nipples and tell me to squeeze them.
Jim.
And he would moan and react to that like it felt good. And
guilty.
I liked the feeling that was making him happy, that was pleasing him, And then Michael pulling my pants and my underwear down, pulling them off, and going down and starting to, perform oral sex on me. And I remember him putting my hands on his head when he was down there. I'll never forget the feeling of his hair. It was rough, almost like a Brillo pad. Like
fucking
this
racist.
Roughness. And he's down there and with his mouth on my 7-year-old penis.
Yeah. Why the hand on the head?
It turned into having me perform oral sex on him too. I mean, to be honest and to be graphic about it, a full adult grown man size penis in my mouth, in a little 7-year-old's mouth.
Let me tell you something.
Right, it's graphic.
It's
Jesus
fucking
Christ.
horrible. I literally had nightmares about it.
No, you didn't. Dreams.
Nightmares. I mean, this fucked me up last night.
What what happened in your nightmare?
Don't worry about that.
I want to know. You dreamt somebody walked in and he couldn't get dressed fast enough?
Bells going off everywhere.
I mean, this is horrifying. That people would even exist like this.
Yeah,
you
that
know?
was probably the worst part of the documentary.
Really bad.
Yeah.
Really bad. This is why there's therapists on scene for this thing.
Yeah. But
Now-
Jim wants to know why the hands on the head.
I don't know, man. That was his thing. I don't.
Did he want to feel like he was being forced?
Who cares?
You're asking what a child molester's reasoning is.
Why did he suck a little 7-year-old's penis?
Yeah.
That's way worse.
That's
than...
another fair question.
We're both going to tackle these questions.
Absolutely.
Right,
I mean, it was just struck me as in that whole thing of what he's doing, which is wrong and odd. That just struck me as odd.
Right.
It doesn't mean that the other stuff was normal.
I think the nipple play is odd.
Well, I disagree there. I like a full-grown person to do it.
Right. You like full hands, like grown hands.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I do need a nip play.
Nip play? Is that what you would refer to it as?
It's in my fucking profile.
What do you say? Like touch my nips?
I get off on nip play.
Yeah, man. It's really fucking rough.
You still like him as much as you did?
I mean, it's tough. I mean, but time will pass.
How much time passed?
He fucked kids in all the Neverland
it's
rooms.
terrible.
All the rooms.
It's terrible.
But
like you could go to Neverland and be like, look, we're not going to talk about any of that. Let's just look at this picture of Peter Pan. Yeah, this kid was saying he was looking at that while he was spreading his cheeks.
I know. I know. Look, it's a hard nut to swallow, But
Don't use that
Exactly.
turn
Nice
of phrase. That's horrible.
all right, I take it back. I apologize.
That's disgusting.
But
I wonder what people like Kelsey Cook, because Kelsey is a huge, like, she loves Michael Jackson. And I'm like, you watch this, what's this going to do to your love of this person?
I was staying in the city. My wife was watching back at home, and she was like, because she loves Michael Jackson too. So she was like, oh, like we got up to him on the plane, right?
You guys
And
were watching together?
We were watching. I mean, it's not at the same time, yeah.
No, but you were in different places?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Were you talking on the phone as you were
No,
watching?
we were just texting.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And she was like, oh, I don't really like where this is going. Like, this is creepy on the plane. And then the when he's talking about the sexual stuff, that happens like 2 minutes later. So first she goes, oh man, I don't know if I like this. I feel bad for Michael. Oh my God. And the whole thing changed. Like, what the fuck? This is horrible.
So she hates him now or dislikes him?
I don't know. I'll have to ask her.
I wonder how do you turn on an artist that you love so much? I never cared about him either way.
A lot of people on Twitter were like, this is horse shit.
Yeah, I guess people don't want to believe it.
I was tweeting about it, and people were sending me like all the videos of Wade Robson when he was like from the years past, saying Michael didn't do anything, Michael didn't do anything, Michael didn't do anything. Michael did something. And they're saying that, Wade's lying, Jimmy's lying, blah, blah, blah. These are really, really graphic things to lie about. Kevin in Philly.
Hey, guys.
Hey, man.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, so it was absolute chaos on Twitter last night. I tried to essentially say that Michael Jackson was a pedo, and there's a bunch of basically Michael Jackson apologists stalking me, yelling at me, trying to dox me, like find my identity. It is insane what's out there. So, be careful. There's an underbelly of Troy Kwan defending Michael Jackson.
I'm not defending Troy.
Troy Kwan wants to go to Neverland and ride the train.
Michael Jackson, I mean, look, the guy has a lot of fans. Yeah, of course he does. But, people just don't want to admit it. But both of these kids did say, I don't like that the documentary didn't interview people in his team who might refute it.
Yeah. There should be a lot. This documentary should be a lot more widespread if it's going to be the piece that finally nails this thing that we've been hearing about for all these years.
I'm okay with it not being two-sided.
Because you want all the details. You don't want anything taken away from all the fun
because
stories.
I mean, a documentary is telling a story, and this is their story. Like, it doesn't have to be a,
Yeah, but you know
tell it accurately.
You know the newsworthiness of what you're doing. Like, know that this is even more damning. Before this, Martin Bashir was the worst thing that had ever happened to Michael Jackson.
100%.
This is 1,000 times worse than Martin Bashir.
Don't disagree with you at all.
If you know that really, like you're saying you're telling the story of these two people, but the story you're really telling is, no, for real, he wasn't just kind of hanging out with kids. He wasn't being a little weird. He was a fucking pedophile. You gotta know, okay, maybe I wanted to tell these two guys' stories, but now I've got to tell this pedophile story. And in order to fully do that and not have all these people going, well, these two lied about it
They've
the
already
last
lied,
time. Although...
Make it a 3-part documentary. It's HBO. Do what you want.
Yeah. HBO.
Well, I mean, HBO bought it.
HBO. Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm just saying that,
like
not
the
every...
West Memphis 3 doc.
Sure.
They went in deep with everybody around. They interviewed everybody that was accusing them. They told...
That's right.
Yes.
Totally. Everything. And it was just the story of those 3, but they still built the context of, we're not trying to make you believe one thing or the other.
Aren't there more kids they could interview too? People who would say he didn't. They should interview people who said he did nothing too.
Yeah, I'm just saying that I'm okay with it because it's not a documentary about Michael Jackson, the person. It's not a documentary.
It's about
Michael
these
Jackson.
two.
It's about these two people and their specific stories.
So they get to a place at the end of the doc, at the end of this part of the doc, where I think Wade, they both get to the same space, but at different. I mean, they run complete parallels. Wade shows up. He moves to Los Angeles to be near Michael with his mom. They move to an apartment in Los Angeles, but Michael doesn't hang out with them as much anymore. He said in the first year, he only saw him like sometimes, maybe 4 to 6 times. He does say in those 4 to 6 times, they fucked every time.
Yeah.
But he said, I only saw him 4 to 6 times because I showed up on the set of the Black or White music video and I realized that I had been replaced. Wade said that he was no longer Michael Jackson's best friend because he walked in and Michael's hanging out with Macaulay Culkin.
Oh.
Now, the implication in this doc is clearly we just heard all this horrible shit from Wade.
Right.
Now we're going to think that Macaulay Culkin is the replacement. The other guy, Jimmy, was replaced by this 9-year-old who looked at Brett something, an Australian kid who looked exactly like Michael. It's a little like 9-year-old kid that Michael was now hanging out with everywhere he went.
Oh.
Or maybe it was Wade. Maybe I have them backwards.
So
Either way, it was
fucking,
one was replaced
got
by Macaulay
replaced.
Culkin. One was replaced by this kid, Brett. Now, the kid, Brett, has said, I don't want to be in your documentary. I hung out with Michael for years. He never did anything to me.
Okay.
And I'll sue you if you make it seem like anything else.
Wow, okay.
Macaulay Culkin is saying, I don't want anything to do with this. He never touched me, never did anything to me, and I don't want anything. There's a little text screen that comes up that says Brett, whatever his last name is, and Macaulay Culkin claim to have never been touched or anything by Michael. Like a text screen comes up that just says that. But, you know, we just spent the last 2 hours.
It was like the R.
listening
Kelly
in graphic
disclaimer.
detail. Right.
The R. Kelly denies all allegations.
Right.
I mean, look, maybe he didn't do anything to them either. It's either that or he did something and they don't want to remember it that way, or they want to just be known as someone who hung out with him, or maybe he didn't do anything.
Right.
To those, who knows?
There's no mention of Corey Feldman. None whatsoever.
Yeah, I think you should interview people who weren't touched though too. Like if they're willing to talk about it, I would rather see that.
And if they're like
any documentary, sorry, where they're just showing one side, you're gonna go, he did it. But it's like the fucking Making a Murderer, where you watch it and all of a sudden it's he's not guilty because they're only showing you the not guilty side.
Yeah. They also didn't fully address why these two had lied about it in the past. They both did
Probably
address
money, right? Didn't they get money
to lie about it?
I mean, wasn't that when there's court cases going on?
Well, there was court cases. Michael was still alive. They were both still in contact with Michael, so I'm
and
sure
the
there
kid
was
described
money.
his dick. I mean, that happened years ago.
That's a different kid.
Oh, it was different. Okay, that happened a long, long time ago, right?
Yes. That was a different kid. And the kid that sued Michael after the Martin Bashir thing was a different kid, too.
Why is he not in the document? Maybe he wouldn't do it.
Yeah, I get. And I think that kid was found to be lying. That kid, because Michael was found not guilty in that case, I believe. So I don't know. But you're right. I mean, they should interview the kid who was found to be lying. They should interview, like, let's get to the bottom of this if we're going to get to the bottom of it. You know?
If there's a kid lying and he's willing to talk about it as an adult.
I got it. This is Wade, and he's talking about finding Macaulay Culkin. So this is how they frame Mac in the movie.
I believe the first time we saw each other after we moved was his black or white music video, which I was going to dance in. That experience was really hard for me. This was the first time I came up against the new friend, Macaulay Culkin. Macaulay was where I was, in my previous trips, right by Michael's side, every moment.
Okay.
And now I was kind of on the sideline as far as being Michael's friend, and being his favorite. And that was really confusing. What did I do wrong? Like, he and Michael had all of the connection and kind of secret things that Michael and I had before. Like, I could recognize that. So there was definitely there was jealousy from me. I mean, hurt, confusion.
So that's how they frame the Mac relationship.
Yeah, maybe he didn't because Macaulay was famous.
Right.
And
I mean, that's
maybe
the
he
thing.
just had a thing for him and liked him, but realized like, this might be a problem.
Right. Like, these kids that he's working are hungry for fame. Macaulay Culkin's not hungry for fame. He's got it. He's the most famous kid in the world.
There's no power there.
Right. Exactly.
Right. And Macaulay's parents can kind of get him to the same places, like
he's already there. He's home alone. Like, he's the biggest in the world. And same with Corey Feldman. When Corey Feldman's hanging out with Michael Jackson.
He's very famous.
Very famous. He already had Goonies under his belt. He was good to go.
Right.
So I think that's part of it too. That he probably, and it's probably the smartest thing he ever did. Because if he had one of those famous people throwing him under the bus, then he's fucked. But there's still that plausible deniability in this thing. But I watch it, and it sounds
fucking terrible.
It sounds
I think he did
horrible. Yeah, and it doesn't make okay. What's the most logical explanation here? The most logical explanation here. If he's not fucking Jimmy in every room of Neverland? Why is he taking him to every room in Neverland? Why is he hanging out with these kids so much? This is Jimmy talking about what a creep he was. This is the mock wedding ceremony. Michael had a mock wedding ceremony with Jimmy. And by the way, as he's talking, you won't, obviously it's an audio medium, but as Jimmy is talking, he's showing the ring. He's still got the jewelry. So he's showing the wedding ring that Michael gave him.
So we were like this married couple. And I say married because we had this.
He sounds like Doug Benson.
Ceremony.
He really does sound like Doug Benson.
And we sat down and we smoked pot.
I don't know.
So we were like this.
Sounds a lot like Doug
married
Benson.
couple. And I say married because we had this mock wedding ceremony. We did this in his bedroom. And we like filled out some vows. It's like we're bonded forever. It felt good. And the ring is nice. It has a row of diamonds with a gold band. The wedding ring. It's hard to go back to that moment.
Yeah, dude.
Why hard to go back to? It made him sad?
Well, because
Or angry?
Now, as an adult, he knows he was abused. You know, as a kid, he didn't think he was being abused, but now he's like, oh, fuck. Like, I was...
Was the wedding ceremony just them, or was there a person that performed that ceremony?
It sounds like it was just them, and they just filled out vows. But, like, there's so much stuff here. At one point, they said, because this is 90, 91, 89, he said, you know, when he was trying to contact Wade Robson, what did he call Wade? His little man? His little...
little one?
Little one. He called Wade his little one an applehead. And
your little applehead.
Yeah, weird.
Thank God that none of these kids, that texting wasn't available for any of these kids, because they were talking about how they had a fax machine, Wade Robson did at his house, and his mom was aware of it. Michael would just send fax after fax after fax. I want to see you. You're so much fun. Blah, blah, blah. Like, I mean...
right. No texting. That's right. in the 80s,
Can I please get another fax from little one?
Yeah, can I get another fax from little one? They said that they'd be gone for a day, and they'd come back home and look in the office, and just all over the floor, because, you know, faxes would spit out all the faxes that were sent, and they'd come home, and there were just faxes from Michael Jackson all over the goddamn floor. And you're going, dude... And you go, well, why wasn't Wade Robson's mom? Why didn't she say anything? Like, you know, even if Reed,
come on, stop it. Your yellow shirt.
You gotta fucking hold of yourself.
Exactly. The one kid left outside the gate at Neverland.
Why are his thighs though so thick?
Yeah, he's beefy.
thick with 2 C's.
Yeah, he's a beefy boy.
I like a skinny boy.
I want
it thick with 2 C's.
I want to hear from big one. Little one.
yeah. Big one.
Thick one.
Thick one. Why don't you respond to my faxes, thick one?
Hey, thick one, go get little one.
Yeah. Thick one. Find little one for me.
Get out of the picture. You're blocking little one.
Reed was invited to Neverland to help set up the bells. That's what he did. He was the grounds crew. Big one. Put in some new bells for me. I like the tones.
So the kid...
So he's getting all these faxes, and you're going... my kids too. If my kid was 7 and a full-grown man, was just nonstop sending him faxes, even if he's the king of pop, I would hope that I would have the wherewithal to say, excuse me, king, please stop sending my kid faxes all day long.
I bet he was sending them to the parents too, though.
Well, it was to the family fax machine.
Yeah. Hey, how are you? Like, it probably seems so legit because he's probably saying hello to the family and a lot of faxes.
Yeah, and he had a relationship with the family.
Well,
yeah.
Listen to what the...
Hey, Debbie, how's your hysterectomy? Whoever questioned.
I know you say, like, you would hope that you'd be like, what the fuck's going on? But you forget that this guy was like a god.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
and he's talking to the whole family.
He's talking to the whole family. He's going over to their house. He's hanging out.
And he has a reputation for liking, being friends with kids.
There's Elvis and there's Michael Jackson, and that's it.
So you would hope that you would have, like, you know, the foresight to do that, but I don't know.
Where he was going over to the house, the neighbors must have not stopped talking.
He would hang out there all the time.
Yeah.
At the house?
I don't know if it was at Wade's house, but there was a whole thing about him just hanging out at Jimmy's house, sleeping over at Jimmy's house, eating dinner at Jimmy's house.
He slept over there?
by himself. He just wanted to be a part of the family.
Where he slept over, not in the same bed as Jimmy.
I don't think at the house they slept in the same bed.
Right.
At Neverland, they slept in the same bed because that's where, well, Jimmy said that he showed him his anal in all the rooms in Neverland.
I bet you that they put like a sleeping bag or another bed in there when he slept. There's probably some weird thing, but not weird enough where you'd be alarmed.
Like, Troy, you're going to go on a tour and see, like, oh, that's where they had Milk Duds. Like, Milk Duds isn't going to trigger something in your brain?
Yeah, I mean...
I'll be honest, I love Milk Duds.
They're great. But I don't want them for Michael Jackson's movie theater.
If I was a kid, I would.
Yeah, because, I mean...
I love Milk Duds.
And, you know, you don't know
I blew my friends and didn't get any candy.
I'm sorry to hear that, Jim.
Love to have gotten a handful of Milk Duds in a first-run picture.
Yeah, your friends weren't even the kings of pop, were they?
No, they weren't. They were Budweiser shorts. It smelled of mothballs.
Just
tried to put it in my hiney and they couldn't.
How old were you?
6.
Oh, Jim.
So Travis and I were having
Wait, they tried to put it in your hiney?
The one boy did. I just remember my trousers being pulled down.
I don't remember hearing this story.
No, he hasn't told it.
This is a new one.
I think I've told it.
I don't think so.
I just vaguely remember being in the stairwell.
It's all coming back.
They're Budweiser shorts?
No, I think I had pants on. They came down.
Oh my god!
And
just wouldn't go in. I think.
Maybe. This is horrifying, dude.
I vaguely remember that.
It's really bad.
It's a very, very vague memory.
You got to get these. You got to get these things out of you. You have to get these things out of you.
That's what I was thinking when I was at the stairwell. No, I don't think.
No, you're right about that too.
I don't think it went in. I remember it not.
When you go to your therapist,
it was a failed experiment.
Is this what you talk about at your therapist?
No, it's why I don't have good self-esteem because I couldn't do it. Failed.
From a young age.
Yeah.
It's a failure.
Exactly. My asshole has always embarrassed me.
Here's Wade Robson's mom talking about, and this explains a lot of why Michael was able to get away with what he was able to get away with. And I think she speaks for a lot of parents.
I felt like he and I had a relationship outside of his relationship with Wade. I felt like we had something quite separate. I guess like a brother, a really close friend. He'd get really lonely, and we'd talk about that.
Do you know how much he must have hated those conversations with her? It's almost like when you're trying to fuck a girl and you have to talk to her awful friend. You're like, oh, yeah, no, really? So work's been tough? Oh, my God, I'd love to hear. And the whole time you're just thinking, shut up.
Yeah.
You know how much he hated talking to the mother?
It was awful. It was like B having to have sex with that other girl's mother.
Yeah,
he didn't want to do that.
What is work like? Tell me what's happening with your coworker.
Or he would call hoping to speak to Wade, but she'd be like, no, Wade's not home right now, so how are you?
Oh, I'd be like, oh, I'm just heading out. Just heading out to do a tour.
Yeah, just about to leave. Just about to leave. Very, very busy.
It's going to smell the Ferris wheel. Yeah, that must have sucked when he'd call for the Wade and she'd answer. He'd be like, oh, for Pete's sake.
God damn it.
Oh, Wade's playing video games, so what's going on? He wanted to go, get off the phone, bitch!
You don't think they had a separate relationship?
I mean, he's, again, if he did
this is all true.
Yeah. And you have to say if, and I do not like the fact they did not interview other sides at all.
But
even though this is like really salacious shit and like really bad shit.
Based on the story of the movie, though, you don't think Michael had a great relationship with the mom?
No, I mean, again, maybe he did because he knew it was necessary.
It's baloney, though.
It probably was.
Probably baloney.
Sure.
Do you want to hear the Wade sang?
That's my deal, Wade.
Wade, we can take care of this right here in Brainerd.
Yeah.
We can take care of this right here in Neverland.
Yeah, I got some True Coat on my nipples.
Yeah.
No, you don't need that.
Well, I don't know. Do you want me to count the cars right now? Do you want me to count them right now? Just jumps on the Neverland train. Suspect's fleeing the interview. He's fleeing the interview.
The molester's fleeing the...
Get this train rolling. Would it be too creepy? At one point in the doc last night, Wade Robson sings the lullaby that Michael used to sing for him.
Of course I want to hear this.
You want to hear that?
Of course.
All right.
And then he started calling me Little One. I don't know where it came from, but that became my name from him, Little One. It came with a song.
Oh, no.
That he would sing to me, like this kind of lullaby. Has anyone seen my little one? And then he would say, my little one is here.
Song sucks.
Horrible. That's why Michael Jackson had to work with a lot of songwriters.
What a terrible fucking song.
Quincy, can you write me a lullaby for little one?
Yeah.
Quincy, what do you think of this? No, Michael.
It's not good.
Doesn't work.
How did it go? I just want.
Has anyone seen my little one?
My little one is here.
My little one is here.
Yeah, there's no story.
Yeah, then you've seen your little one. He's right there. Fuck.
Yeah. Sing Ben again. just give me something.
Yeah, little one is a really bad song.
You gonna still listen to PYT, Troy?
It's gonna take some time.
Pretty young thing.
Yeah, this is a bad one. This is not good.
Some of the clips are rough, huh?
Pretty disturbing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's. Samantha in Buffalo has an idea. What's up, Samantha? Hi.
I was thinking that, like the episode of Black Mirror, how they tour all those serial killers and horrible shit, and that's
Yes.
fine. And
Black Museum.
the Neverland can just be like an episode of Black Mirror. It can happen.
Yes, where it's like a serial killer museum except a pedophile. I don't know if pedophiles have the same je ne sais quoi and charm that serial killers do.
Yeah, they probably don't.
Welcome, Phil Hanley.
Oh, thanks, man. I'm so pumped to be here.
Of course, Phil Hanley is on the Keeping Joe podcast with Sam Morril and Joe Mackey. And that's available wherever podcasts are available. And he's in New York performing comedy all the time, right?
I am. Yeah, I go to Denver tomorrow.
Ah.
Which one are you doing?
Comedy Works.
Great. It's great. That's the smaller one? The downtown room?
No, the other one.
I never done the other one. I've only done the downtown.
Oh,
It's amazing.
It's good. It's big. The other one's big.
So, Phil, I'm glad you're here because you're an ardent R. Kelly supporter, yes?
Well, yeah, I mean, that's how I get brought to stage. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what my understanding was. But R. Kelly, they just aired this interview on CBS this morning that R. Kelly decided that it's Michael Jackson week, so let me try to get some of this pedophile energy going my way.
Yeah.
Let me get on TV and do an interview with Gayle King.
Yeah, she's fucking ambushed him with these terrible questions.
Yeah, who would have thought, right?
Yeah.
I thought this was about music, Gayle.
The past.
The last time I was here, you'd just seen the R. Kelly documentary. I hadn't seen it yet. I binge watched it.
How amazing.
I was I'm a little sensitive for that type of entertainment, but yeah, it was
Did it upset you?
I was upset, yeah.
Yeah.
I was upset.
Did you cry?
Thing.
I did not cry. No, but I was rattled.
Yeah.
As I'm glad that you were. I mean, it shows that there is humanity in you.
Yeah.
You should be rattled.
I get upset watching it.
Yeah, it's an upsetting thing.
Absolutely. Like, fuck, man, they're going to talk someday.
What?
Oh, no. Sorry.
Well, of course, since the documentary, R. Kelly now has 4 charges. I think 4 women have charges of sexual abuse against him. 3 of them are minors. 3 of them are underage.
Wow.
So that's what he's dealing with now. He can't get booked anywhere. You know, he had this concert in Germany that the first story was they actually had to move him to a bigger venue. It was so popular.
Tickets were selling so well.
Yeah.
No way, really?
Yeah. But then he got arrested. And then the venue was like, well,
yeah,
you know, we can't be doing this anymore.
And you know when Germany cancels you, there's a fucking serious touring issue.
Yeah.
So now he's got no option of had to stay in jail for like 3 or 4 days because he couldn't come up with $100,000 he needed to post for bail.
Wow.
Yeah. And now I guess, and Jim brought it up, our only theory as to why he's doing this interview is because in his insane mind, he thinks that maybe he'll garner some sympathy and be able to make some money.
Or maybe also he's desperate, and also Michael Jackson's is still a bigger name than he is.
Yeah.
Even though he
doesn't have to do this, though.
No, but he's like, probably now's a good time because some of the focus will be on Michael Jackson too. It's almost like all the pedo anger.
Mm-hmm.
Some will be on him and some will be on Michael Jackson. But he's kind of like misery loves company. You're not alone.
But unfortunately, this interview is so over the top. Nobody's talking about Michael Jackson anymore. No, I mean, plus there's doubt in the documentary because it's just those 2 stories.
Yeah, absolutely.
So everybody's going right back to the Pied Piper of R&B. Unfortunately for
him, yeah.
For Kells, yeah.
It's really, do people watch the Michael Jackson documentary and think there's doubt?
Well, because they only talk to the 2 people.
Yeah.
So they're going, well, we don't believe those 2 people.
They don't have Macaulay Culkin. I mean, maybe he said no to it, but they don't interview people who said, "Hey, he didn't do anything to me."
Yeah.
Now, for the record, I didn't watch that and go like, "Oh, there's still some doubt
think
here."
he's guilty.
Yeah,
sure.
It's very convincing to me.
Convincing, and they could have just said like, "Oh yeah, you know, we went to the bedroom, we did stuff," but when they got like graphic,
Sure.
Right. Penis and mouth is where I was like,
Yeah,
oh,
that's-
Jesus Christ.
That selfish mother, the Australian mother, was like, I don't want to know the details. I'll have nightmares. What do you think he's dealing with, you selfish fuck?
Right.
She's
100%.
delusional, an awful woman.
Right. She was like, I was just trying to do the cheese challenge. All of a sudden, this happens. I don't want to have to deal with this. I don't want to do any of this. So, just as that is sort of going down, R. Kelly is bringing the pedophile conversation right back up. And he was on CBS this morning. And I guess a lot of our questions, Jim, have already been answered. They're going to do this today and tomorrow. They're going to air it.
Good.
And they started with R. Kelly talking about why he did the interview.
Sure.
Now, Jim and I haven't heard any of these clips because
No.
it just happened. But
It's going to be new to us, too.
oh, really? Oh, cool.
It's good that people get to enjoy it with us and get to learn about it with us.
people like that.
They like that, too.
Yeah. They also like when we talk about them as if they're just a group, like a collective. Like listeners like being spoken down to.
Well, I mean, us and them. I mean,
Yeah,
obviously, we're the ones with the hot take. That's why we have this job.
Right. Yeah. One thing Jim and I like to do at least twice a show is remind the people they're paying to hear us.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So whatever we're doing is right.
Exactly. Exactly. Travis, put that in a promo. So here's R. Kelly explaining to Gayle King why he did the interview.
I am surprised that you agreed to do it. Why are you sitting down with us today?
I'm very tired of all of the lies. I've been hearing things and seeing things on the blogs, and I'm just tired.
What are the lies that you're hearing that disturb you most?
Oh my God, all of them. Got little
Could you
girls
pause for a
trapped in-
second? That is a great question. You know why? Because there's no way you can answer that properly.
And it makes him say what the charges are.
Yeah.
Right. But he goes, what are the lies that bother you the most? If he goes, well, the kidnapping stuff really bothers me, then she can say, so what, the pedophile stuff is okay?
Right. Yeah,
Like,
totally.
Which one do you pick?
Yeah.
Basement, helicopters over my house, trying to rescue someone that doesn't need rescuing because they're not in my house, handcuffing people, starving people. I have a harem, a cult. I don't even really know what a cult is, but I know I don't have one,
The underage stuff didn't bother him.
No, he didn't even bring it up.
Yeah.
Also, not a great argument. I don't know what a cult is. I know I don't have one, though.
Yeah.
Like, I think you might. You just don't know.
You know what a
Yeah.
cult is. You know what a cult is.
Yeah, of course you do.
We all know what a cult is.
Right. It's almost like he's almost building in a defense. It's that thing that people do, like you said, in their subconscious. Like he's building it in, so eventually when people realize he clearly has a cult, he can go, oh, I told Gayle King I didn't even know what a cult was. So that's not on me.
Oh, yeah.
That's a mistake. I didn't mean to start a cult.
I made an error.
Yeah. I mistakenly started a cult because I didn't know what one was.
Sure. Silly me.
Yeah. Well, they move on, and R. Kelly talks about whether he has done things to women that are wrong.
Have you done anything that you regret? Have you done anything wrong?
Lots of things wrong
when
it comes to women that I apologize. But I apologize in those relationships at the time I was in the relationships.
Can you pause? I don't recall during the R. Kelly special hearing a lot of women say, but thank God he apologized and everything's okay.
Right, right. He made it clear that he regretted his actions, so I feel better.
Any laws when it comes to women?
Absolutely not.
Okay, so he's saying he hasn't broken laws.
We whispered it.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. I did not. Again, he's whispering because he's hoping that way he's like, no, I didn't say absolutely not. Like,
Yeah.
You whispered into a microphone. We could still hear you, Cal.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
What I did is legal in many parts of the world.
Yeah, exactly. That's what he's thinking.
Jerry Lee Lewis married her.
Right. Absolutely not. In Thailand. What? Nothing? Nothing. I said absolutely not. That's all.
Can we hear that again?
Yes. The end of it where he whispers. Yeah, I think it's important.
Broken any laws when it comes to women?
Absolutely not.
Don't tell anyone, Gayle. Absolutely not.
Wow.
Well, that's creepy.
It really doesn't come across that well.
Would he testify? Also, actually, you know what? Let me answer it. No.
Okay.
He probably would never testify.
Why?
So that's why he's because this is a smart strategy, knowing he's going to go on trial. Because on testifying to blistering cross-examination.
Oh, I see.
Forget it. An attorney would, come on. A prosecuting attorney would just destroy him.
He's under oath. dealing with an attorney who's got all the evidence
out
right
to
in front
get
of
him.
him.
Yeah. And all the media from all over the world, like this is going to make the attorney, like this is like his biggest.
Yeah.
The attorney is going to go nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's right now. R. Kelly is in a way testifying comfortably where he can't do this in court.
He's thinking, yeah, this will be the message that gets out there to the people.
Yeah,
right.
Play more.
Well, it says he talks a little bit about the documentary. I guess he saw it. By the way, he said like one of the reasons he's doing this interview with Gayle King is because he doesn't like what people were saying about him on the blogs. Maybe just don't read the blogs.
Yeah.
Don't worry about the interview with Gayle King. Just turn your internet off for a little while. Just, go outside.
Can you imagine the media coaching? Like getting that job, that this is your gig, is to prep R. Kelly for the Gayle interview?
Yeah, Rob, listen, every time they say 13-year-old girl, you can't go, woo!
Yeah, I would love a DVD box set of the outtakes of the practice interviews.
Yeah, the guy that took the gig?
No, Robert, that's not going to work.
Yeah. Stop making that sound.
Okay, Rob, this is a televised interview.
Yes.
You can't bite your bottom lip that hard.
Yeah. It's fine to ask to use the bathroom. You can't ask Gayle if she's thirsty.
All right, here's R. Kelly, the Pied Piper of R&B, talking about the documentary that Phil Hanley as well saw.
The 6-part series interviewed 50 people, family members, your former tour manager, numerous women who all claim that you abused them.
Yeah.
Were you saying everybody in that documentary was not telling the truth about you? Everybody?
If you really look at that documentary, which I'm sure you have,
I have.
Everybody said something bad about me. Nobody said nothing good. They was describing Lucifer. I'm not Lucifer. I'm a man. I make mistakes.
Oh, jeez.
But I'm not a devil, and by no means am I a monster.
That's not a compelling argument.
It's a very, very bad argument.
Were they lying? I'm not the devil. All right, fine.
Also, no one complimented me. That's why it's like a bogus documentary. No one had anything nice to say about me.
Rape documentaries, it's hard to squeeze in a compliment.
Yeah. It's really bad. When Gayle King sets up how extensive the interviews were, over 50 people were interviewed. Your tour manager was interviewed. All these people. Were they all lying? And your response is, nobody said anything good about me.
Yeah. It's like the John Gotti documentary. What's the problem with it? Well, they didn't mention my bowling. Why would they?
I would love to see R. Kelly put out. Did you see the Gotti movie that they put out?
With John Travolta?
Horrendous.
I want to see it because it's supposed to be really bad.
It's so bad.
Is it?
But clearly the Gotti family got their hands on it and just paint John Gotti to be this like great father.
Can I download that onto a terabyte iPad?
Absolutely. It's on iTunes. It's cheap too. It's like $10. But they paint him out to be a great father, a man of the community, a victim of government harassment, all this stuff. I would love to see an R. Kelly produced R. Kelly movie.
Oh, wow.
So all the behavior is kind of in there.
Yeah.
But it's set up in a way where, you see, I'm a great guy and I'm the victim.
I'm sure that's part of the conversation. I'm sure part of his team, whatever he has left, is we got to come back with our own documentary.
Yeah. And they're like, Kels, this none of this stuff you're talking about can be skewed in a positive light. You can't even deny this stuff. You wouldn't deny it with Gayle.
He didn't deny
I love that. 50 people were interviewed. Were they all lying? Well, they didn't say anything good.
I'm not the devil. That's not an answer.
It's a bad answer.
Yeah.
Bad answer. It's a child's answer. Talking about devils and monsters and whatnot.
I'm not a monster. I'm not a devil. That's right. Yeah.
He didn't say they were lying.
I ain't the boogeyman.
Right. He didn't say they were lying. And if there's an interview and 50 people are saying nasty things about you, and they're not lying, there's a lot of nasty things about you. You know?
He doesn't want to open himself up to lawsuits. The lawyers probably told him, don't say they're lying.
Because they're not.
No, but just the word lying is a defamation almost.
Right. You have to be able to prove that they're lying if you're going to say it.
Or they have to prove that they're not, but that opens you up to them getting you in court.
Right.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
And he goes, the last thing we want to do is get you in court with any of these people.
The last thing I want is that crying woman asking me questions in open court. Yeah.
He does say that the women are lying. R. Kelly does. She asked him about the women. I don't know if these are the women in the documentary or the women that are accusing him of such vile actions.
Let's hear what he said.
Either way.
I don't want to,
You're saying everything they said in that documentary about you is not true.
They are lying on me.
Why would these women say the
wrong.
same
They are.
thing about you? That you are controlling, that you are abusive, that you tell women when to eat, when to go to the bathroom, when they can sleep, where they can dress. Why would all these women tell these different stories about you if they were not true? And they don't know each other. That defies logic to me.
Right.
That's a great question. I mean, Gayle King is crushing it.
Gayle King is asking a very, but she's emotionally very even-tempered,
Right.
And she's saying that defies logic, and he's going right. He knows it defies logic, and he knows she knows it.
Right. That she's not. See, R. Kelly probably thought that, whoever interviewed him, Gayle King or whoever, would be on some level a fan of the music, and then he could use kind of his charm. Because he is a charismatic guy.
Very charismatic.
And could use some of that to kind of skew the conversation his way. Gayle King could not be less impressed with R.
Oh,
Kelly.
please, we know what she's been doing for the last 30 years. Come on.
What do you think?
Hanging out. Hanging out with a friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not impressed. She's not been listening to Bump and Grind.
She's been hanging out with the big. Well, yeah, she probably has, but she was, again, she's close with the biggest celebrity in the most powerful celebrity in the country for 25 years. She was. I mean, come on.
Right. She's sitting there going like,
she's not worried about R. Kelly.
Yeah. I'm best friends with Oprah.
Yeah.
You think I'm worried about you? Not going to happen.
Yeah.
The explanation. You can start a rumor on a guy like me or a celebrity just like that. All you have to do is push a button on your phone and say, so-and-so did this to me. R. Kelly did this to me. And if you get any traction from that, if you're able to write a book from that, if you're able to get a reality show, then any girl that I had a relationship in the past that it just didn't work out, she can come and say the same exact thing.
Are you blaming this on social media?
I'm talking about the power of social media.
I'll be honest, he is very easy to listen to. I understand why people like talking to him.
Yeah, he's almost like, I mean, you just want to sit there and he's almost like a preacher. Like you're
he's a very comfortable guy to listen to.
But
I'm one fucking clip away from being Team R. Kelly.
The things he's saying don't make any sense.
It's shit.
No logic, but
it's utter shit.
I don't think the
Twitter. That's why you've been accused of pissing on a 14-year-old.
Yeah,
Twitter.
Especially the tapes before social media was even
exactly.
a thing. Like they were like beta tapes sold on the street.
Yeah. I don't think so the reason that they did a 5-part thorough documentary.
It was thorough
about everything.
Was that 6 parts or 5?
If you say 6, I believe you. It was a thorough.
I thought it was 6.
Yeah. 6? A 6-part thorough documentary was mainly based on Facebook status updates.
Yeah, 6 hours of
Yeah, 6 hours of Instagram posts. We went through the stories. We found a lot.
Yeah.
This is a part. This gets interesting. Gayle asks R. Kelly if he had sex with anybody who was under 17.
I bet you. Here's my guess. He's going to say, "I didn't know they were under 17." That's my guess. He's going to say role play, or I never for real with knowledge.
But not knowing, you're still guilty of it.
There's a weird legal thing. If you have a reasonable a belief that she's of age, I was reading something for a lawyer. They were saying that might be a statute. Like if a girl shows you a fake ID, or if a girl says she's a certain age. I mean, you still do it, but it's a lot less than if you do it, like, to catch a predator shit where and you go find a 13-year-old.
So you think a proper defense would be, she convinced me that she was of age, and then we role played that she was not of age.
That's not convincing, but it's better. It's a better shot than yes, I knew and I did it anyway.
If you're going to plead not guilty, you got to have something, right?
It's like if you meet a woman in a 21 and over club. Like it's reasonable to assume you didn't know she was 15 or whatever the fuck it is because you met her in this place.
That's not where he met these girls.
No, I know, but I'm just
met him at his own concerts.
Yeah, that's true.
Where
Which all ages.
Yeah, all ages.
21 and under, actually.
I think he's going to say he's slept with so many people over the years, and it's hard to pinpoint everyone's age, and also predict a whisper in the response.
I hope. So.
Okay, that's a great prediction. Okay. I think that's a great call.
I would never. I don't do it. Gayle,
I'm not quite sure.
I'm not Belial. I'm not Leviathan.
I think he's going to go back to what he did in the clip that we saw. I think he's going to bring up that we're not here to talk about the past.
Right.
So that's how I think he's gonna leapfrog the entire question.
I made mistakes
by saying we're not here to talk about the past.
Yeah.
And I beat the case, by the way.
And he has another case coming up with more videos. Michael
Don't
Avenatti.
even worry about that.
Yeah.
We're not here
That's
to talk.
ongoing litigation.
My lawyer doesn't want me to talk about that. Really? No, it's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see how R. Kelly handles the question if he's had sex with anyone under 17.
Have you ever had sex
No.
with anyone under the age of 17?
No.
Oh.
Never.
No.
I have to tell you, it's so hard to believe that based on all that we've read.
I'm gonna tell
and
you
what the
something,
women
Gayle.
have
There's
said
one
about you.
I'm gonna
What
tell
the
you
women have
something.
said about you.
What women said about me. What women. So nobody's allowed to be mad at me and be scorned and lie on me.
So they're lying on you. That's your explanation. They're lying on you.
Absolutely.
You got it.
Good call.
Phil Hanley. Phil Hanley nailed it.
Absolutely.
Okay, but wait, he married a 15-year-old. Like he was married to someone.
He didn't have sex with her. He never had sex with Aaliyah.
No, they didn't consummate the marriage.
No, not till she was 18.
Right. They waited.
That'll be a good point to ask if about Aaliyah.
You married Aaliyah.
Yeah.
And they actually lied on her marriage certificate. You remember from the doc.
Yeah.
I didn't know they lied.
You didn't know her age when you married her?
No!
No, I absolutely
thought she was 41.
This is he's slowly morphing into the Will Ferrell, I have no control over the sound of my voice sketch on SNL.
Yeah. But there's also footage where he's being interviewed, and I forget who's interviewing him. You guys hopefully will know. And they're like, well, have you ever been with a teenager? And he's like,
Ernie Anastas.
What is a teenager? He's like, what
yes, that was it was on BET, and I believe it was
Robin Leach.
No, it wasn't Robin Leach. Was it Torre? I think it was Torre.
Yeah, and they go, yeah, and he's like, what? He's like, needed a definition of the word teenager. He's like, what kind of teenager?
It's these questions.
18, 19.
No, it's these questions that should have simple answers.
Yeah.
That he's like, well, what do you mean by teenager? When you start there,
sure.
Yeah.
This is not good.
Sure.
No.
This is not good.
Yeah, that's what he said. That was his response.
Yes.
What do you mean, by, teenager?
And it's like, oh, fuck, R.
Yeah, you.
Oh, fuck, R.
Yeah.
This is not good.
No.
Okay, let's go back to it.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You feel that people have maligned your character.
I have been assassinated. I have been buried alive.
What?
But I'm alive.
Oh, it whispers twice.
Ooh, that is
the
good.
double whisper.
But I'm alive.
I've been buried alive, but I'm alive.
I'm not a devil dog.
Yeah. Sounds like Kiss lyrics or something.
Where's Bob Kelly?
I've been buried alive. I don't know. Bob is he's still late. He said he'd be here between 8 and 8:30.
Unbelievable.
Isn't it really
Yeah.
like Travis actually
He's
brought
supposed
up
to be here at 8.
What's that?
Supposed to be here at 8.
I was here 8.
And if
that
there's
was
one word he should get right, it's that.
Yeah.
8. Yeah, Travis actually brought up during the commercial break. He thinks that Bob is quite disrespectful to the show.
Yeah, I would. I don't. I've never seen him on the show, but it could possibly be.
Does it feel disrespectful? I mean, you got here a little early. Make sure that you're here on time.
Yeah, I mean, I get here 10 to 8 from
Right.
desk.
Right. And Bob is just like, I get here when I get here. It's been 40 minutes.
That's insane.
Isn't it crazy?
Yeah.
Well, whatever. I guess we don't matter. The three of us don't matter.
That's
Phil.
right.
Yeah, and when he gets here, he's going to be quite domineering.
He'll try to
imagine.
so?
Yeah.
He'll try to come in and be gregarious.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. It's like, I don't know why you guys make fun of me so much. You show up fucking 40 minutes late, bro.
Exactly. 41 minutes.
Oh, are you kidding me? It's gotten to 41 minutes now?
Yep.
Oh, shit.
I predict it's going to be 42. Another R. Kelly fucking not doing the right thing.
Could you imagine after the interview where the media coach is like, okay, can you imagine him losing his mind on the whispering thing? Like, is there anything that's more villainous than whispering?
Stop whispering.
Yeah, don't do that, man.
Robert, don't whisper anymore. Why do you say that?
That probably works at home, though. That's why.
Yeah.
Don't eat. I'll kill you, bitch.
Right.
It's effective.
Now, based on the first half that we've listened to so far,
I'm teetering.
has it skewed? Are you starting to think that the 6-hour documentary with 50 people in it, they were
Pack
all
of
lying?
lies. Yeah, they're all lying on him.
Okay.
I do.
Phil, you said you were deeply affected by the documentary. Are you
I was.
considering it a work of fiction at this point?
Yeah, I'm still a believer in the 6-part documentary.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Let's
Wow.
go to more clips.
Okay, this is R. Kelly. Now, you figured he felt emotional in the last couple of clips,
Yeah.
right? He gets far more emotional.
Oh, good.
As the interview goes on. This is, and you know, people are going to get emotional if they get buried alive, but they're still alive. So I don't blame him. That's right. That's right.
Stop it. Y'all quit playing.
Oh, this is coming right off of hip pause for a second. This is coming right off of R. Kelly saying that it would be he's not stupid, and how stupid would it be after all this bad press has been around him to kidnap people, to lock them up.
42 minutes. Yes.
It's 42? Oh my God. I really hope that it doesn't get later than 42 minutes because
43 is unacceptable.
Yeah, 43. I don't know if I can handle. If Bob Kelly's 42 minutes late, it's one thing. But Jim, just please don't tell me that it becomes 43 minutes, okay? All right, let's play the clip.
43.
No! God damn you, Bob Kelly.
Stop it. Y'all quit playing. Quit playing. I didn't do this stuff. This is not me. Y'all, I'm fighting for my life. Y'all killing me with this. I gave y'all 30 years of my career.
Robert.
30 years of my career. Y'all trying to kill me. You killing me, man. This is not about music. I'm trying to have a relationship with my kids, and I can't do it. Y'all just don't want to believe the truth. You don't want to believe it.
Yeah, Gayle should have just shut up there and let him go. I'm glad she didn't jump in too hard.
Yeah.
When
I feel like you just sit
Do
there.
we have video of that?
Yeah, I'm sure it's
Oh,
there.
I'm sending it to Troy right now.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I do want to see it with the video. He's
Oof.
obviously crying.
Yeah. When he says relationship with his kids, you think he means his girlfriends?
You know, but that right there is the thing that all that stuff coming out.
And I believe him in the sense that he feels like he wants to be able to just get a free pass and have a relationship with his kids, but he's not acknowledging the part where people are just calling him out on shit that he did.
Yeah, exactly. He right now it's just the frustration of this whole thing. He can't avoid it.
Right, because he avoided it for so long
Sure.
that it was normalized that people were just going to let him get away with stuff.
This is the stuff at home that happens where he just freaks out, like when he's alone.
And I think he thinks he's such a big star that he should just have been able. This shouldn't have been a big deal. Like I'm sure he can cite like someone from the some huge star from the 20s that was able to get away with this, and it's bullshit that now he's getting busted.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people are after the Michael Jackson thing, going like, okay, well, if we're going to talk about Michael, we better talk about Elvis. Well, we better talk about And it's like, look, Elvis was no angel.
Mm-hmm.
He married a 14-year-old girl that is fucked up. She was 14 when they got married.
Priscilla,
14 or 15.
That's fucked up.
Yeah.
Right,
Apparently-
that's a fucked up thing. However,
Never 45 minutes late for anything.
he wasn't 45 minutes late, and
he
that's the whole
legitimately-
point.
He married her and stayed with her for many years.
He
I'm not
wasn't
saying it's
sucking
right.
7-year-old penises.
What's that?
Sucking 7-year-old penises is hard. That's like...
Not if you're 7, it's not.
Jim, it is.
It's not bad.
Jim.
What?
It is bad.
When you're 7?
Yeah.
It doesn't make you evil.
No, you're not bad, Jim.
Thank you.
If it had whoever it happened to him.
Sure.
No, it's not your fault.
Sure.
Whoever it happened to.
Whoever it happened to. It's not their fault.
No.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, so we're going back to the clip that we just played, but now we're going to watch a video of it so we can get the reactions to the facial expressions and whatnot.
So I think the point you're making is, and correct me if I'm wrong, that you have never held anybody against their will.
I don't need to. Why would I?
Well,
How stupid would
never
it be
held
for R.
anybody-
Kelly, with all I've been through in my way past, to hold somebody?
By the way, the logic of that argument, that's to say that if he had a totally clean past, it would have been perfectly logical for him to kidnap women. But because he's had trouble in the past legally, now it becomes very stupid to kidnap women.
Yeah, 46 minutes.
No.
Yeah, that's this.
What?
This R. Kelly is behaving more outrageously than the one on TV.
I'd far prefer
More
to be
offensive.
talking. Yeah.
I'm more offended by Robert Kelly in New York right now than Robert Kelly in Chicago.
Yes. Bobby Kelly is more offensive than R. Kelly.
That dude, you got your bucket, you're hungry, you step on the floor, boom, you eat.
You think that's what happened?
It is. Yeah, boom.
All right, let's go back to it.
4, 5, 6, 50, you said. Why? How stupid would I be to do that?
I didn't say you
That's
were holding.
stupid, guys.
I didn't.
Is this camera on me?
Yes, it's on.
That's stupid. Use your common sense. Don't forget the blogs. Forget how you feel about me. Hate me if you want to. Love me if you want to.
Is R. Kelly
Just
getting a
use
little
your
chubby? Is he getting a little pudgy?
Probably McDonald's is always the only place he's going.
That's true.
Stress eating.
He's getting a little pudgy in the midsection, right?
Yeah, but there's been a couple pictures of him where he's got a little bit of belly going on.
A little bit of gut, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. So he's getting a little wide in the torso area. Am I seeing things, or is that?
No,
okay.
you're right.
Okay.
Comes with the name.
How stupid would it be for me to, with my crazy past and what I've been
Oh,
through?
yeah. See, he's got that
Oh.
Trump thing. See where the thigh and the butt come up? Like, you see how much mass there is there
Oh, right.
in the butt and gut
Yeah.
area? Yeah, suits will sometimes expose that. When you're sitting down, you get that profile shot. R. Kelly's gained a little weight.
A little bit.
Good for him.
Right now, I just think I need to be a monster and hold girls against their will, chain them up in my basement, and don't let them eat and don't let them out unless they need some shoes down the street from their uncle. Stop it. Y'all quit playing. Quit playing. I didn't do this stuff. This is not me. I'm fighting for my life. Y'all killing me with this.
Standing up.
I gave y'all 30 years of my career.
Robert.
30 years of my career. Y'all trying to kill me. You killing me, man. This is not about music. I'm trying to have a relationship with my kids, and I can't do it. Y'all just don't want to believe the truth. You don't want to believe it.
At this point, we briefly pause the interview to give Kelly a moment.
Why would you stop the fucking interview now? Just as soon as it gets really interesting, we turn the cameras off. What the fuck?
I hope this camera keep going.
No, we're gonna
This
let
is
the
not
camera keep
true.
rolling.
This is not, doesn't even make sense. Why would I hold all these women?
By the way.
Oh, he is fucking losing his mind.
Yeah, he is.
This whole losing his mind thing, he's standing up, he's shouting, he's crying, he's getting his makeup reapplied because he cried all over himself.
Yeah, sure.
He's doing it all to camera. He's acting like Gayle's not even in the room.
Yeah, he's talking to the women. He's talking to the people that are accusing him.
But I'll tell you what else he's doing. He's not actually dealing with what's going on.
No.
Because in order to talk to Gayle, if he's lying, it's a lot easier to lie to a camera than it is to lie to a person's face who's asking you questions. I think it's very suspicious that when he goes on these rants, he can't do it face to face with a person.
But I also think in a way it's bigger than Gayle. Like she doesn't even matter at this point. It's like, yeah, you. I'm talking to everybody. He's just fucking. He's flipping out. That's all it is. He's flipping the fuck out.
He's not handling this as well as he could be.
He's really not. I mean, 50 minutes. I mean,
no fucking way.
50 minutes.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Travis, I hope you were just on the phone with the offensive R. Kelly, Bob Kelly.
I was.
What did he say?
He's here.
Where?
Oh!
He's in the lobby. They won't
what's
let
he
him
do-
back. I'm going to get him.
What's he doing? Talking to Howard's people?
Yeah, probably. He's probably trying to book himself on something.
Oh, God.
Let me see this
Hour
clip
late.
where they're dabbing him before he comes in.
Do you want me to hold him?
Please do. We're busy. We're in the middle of something.
Their mothers and fathers told me, we're going to destroy your career.
But Kelly's emotions remained raw.
It's real girls out there missing. It's real young girls out there being abducted, being raped, okay? They really are on chains. They really do have chains on their wrists, and they can't get out. And they're ending up buried in death.
Robert, we have to have
Buried in death. I think that R. Kelly thinks that if he's not tying up women, he's not kidnapping.
What questions is she asking? Like that's more interesting than like this. Although maybe she wants to fucking hold him down with some real
Well,
questions.
she can't just let him have the forum.
I don't know. It's fun to watch.
It's amazing to watch. But if she's doing her job as a news person, she is supposed to
that's true.
control the conversation. However, for our purposes, I mean, if R. Kelly just started a YouTube show, I would watch it every day. Sure.
Oh, my God. Yeah.
Wouldn't it be the greatest?
I think so.
He's just yelling at commenters.
I let this play through. This is really good.
I don't want you just ranting at the camera.
Oh.
Well, to
I
hear
think
you.
I came here for them to hear me
Okay,
talk.
but
I need help.
What kind of help?
This is the kind of help I need.
Yes, what kind of help?
I need somebody to help me not have a big heart. Because my
God.
heart is so big.
That's your biggest problem. My heart is too big.
I give too much.
Oh God, that's not, of all the things he needs help with. My
Yeah.
heart being oversized is number 450 on the list.
That's like when you go into a job interview and they go, "Well, what are your biggest flaws?" And you're like, "I'm kind of a workaholic.
Yeah.
I don't know when to turn my personal life off,
Yeah.
except if the job interview was for raping and kidnapping women."
Absolutely
Yeah.
52.
Yeah.
Hi, Bobby.
Bob. 52.
We're watching. We've decided that you're the more offensive R. Kelly.
Well, I actually did all the stuff they're accusing him of. It's me. It's not him.
No.
No, I use social media as a tool to divert attention.
Oh, that's so smart.
I moved
actually.
to Westchester because I have 5 acres.
Wow, and part of it is just rooms to put women in.
On the backside of Terrytown.
Yeah.
In between Sleepy Hollow.
Was there
I call
traffic?
it- huh?
Was there traffic?
There was so much traffic. They did one of those things where they have one of those trucks with an arrow going get in that lane.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Rush hour. Fix something at rush hour.
Perfect time to do it. I'd say 8 o'clock. Bring the trucks out.
Yeah, bring the truck out with an arrow. Oh. And then everybody's panicking. Sees
course
that
they are.
arrow a mile away. They're all panicking.
We got to
There's a-
switch lanes early, right?
I was in the right lane, but I had to keep letting people go. It's like, what type of person are you? And it's like, you want to just cut everybody off, but it's not in me.
What
Good for
flavor
you.
is that? Can I see it?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. What are you going to do? Wait a minute. Don't throw my lollipop. Oh, hi, Jinx and Sue. Jim and Sam are here. Hey, everybody.
Jim ate Bob.
Okay. Jim and
Bobby
Sam
ate
are
it.
here.
Jim ate Bob Kelly's lollipop
And
and,
Bob
then
ate it.
gave it back
That's
to
right.
Bob,
I'll
and then
fucking-
Bob ate it
fucking-
anyway.
I'll
Good
get
for
that
you.
AIDS. I want excitement in my life. I got a kid and a wife. Give me that AIDS.
Good for you.
Because I ain't going to get AIDS the other way. I ain't going to get herpes or sex things.
I hope you get it through the R. Kelly, not the R. Kelly, the fucking Arthur Ashe way, the beat way to get AIDS. Just going for a blood transfusion.
Is that how he got it?
Blood transfusion.
Fuck.
The worst.
Terrible. Yeah.
Well, let's
At least Magic had a fucking ball. We were watching R. Kelly.
Yeah, put your headphones on,
I
Bob.
was
Sit
listening.
down, make
Okay.
yourself comfortable.
Yeah. Make
Yeah, of
yourself at
course.
home.
Yeah, let's finish off. R. Kelly.
He got very emotional.
Gayle King is having trouble explaining to R. Kelly why she doesn't just want him ranting into the camera. She'd like to actually interview him, and R. Kelly is objecting, saying he thinks it'd be better if he were just ranting into the
She
camera.
did do a good job, though.
I think so.
She's doing a pretty good job.
Yeah, I think she is.
Let's rewind
finish
just a
this up,
little
yeah.
bit, Troy. There you go.
Fathers told me we're going to destroy your career.
But Kelly's emotions remained raw.
It's real girls out there missing. It's real young girls out there being abducted, being raped, okay? They really are on chains. They really do have chains on their wrists, and they can't get out.
Robert,
and they're ending up buried in dead.
Robert, we have to have a
This
conversation.
is
Really,
not me.
I don't want you just ranting at the camera.
I came here for them to hear me talk.
But
I need help.
What kind of help?
This is the best.
the kind of help I need.
Yes, what kind of help?
I need somebody to help me not have a big heart. Because my heart is so big.
Yeah.
People betray me, and I keep forgiving them.
You sound like you're playing the victim here. You sound like R. Kelly. You do. When I listen to you,
I'm
it
just
does
telling
sound
the
like
truth.
you're playing the victim
I'm just
card.
telling the truth. And the reason I'm emotional,
But Robert,
and I
have you-
apologize for that,
No,
is
no, no,
because this
no.
is the first
Back to the
time
camera.
I was able to say
speak.
something. I've said nothing.
Gayle King is fucking really good.
She's great.
She is doing a great job.
He probably didn't realize how good she'd be at this. You know what I mean? He was hoping that maybe it'd be a little easier than all this.
Oh,
This is-
yeah.
This is not the nonsense
You're
he's
playing
used
the
to.
victim.
Right, right. That's the end of part 1, by the way.
Wow, that's good.
Oh, they got you
love-
hooked for tomorrow.
I love that he doesn't know what camera to look in. Delivering his lines, he's looking at the wrong camera.
Yeah. Like Robert, will you just look at Gayle? Just talk to Gayle. Gayle is here to talk to you.
He's trying to find the camera like morning news. It's a gun. It's a trap. Where? Over there. Right, the tragedy.
Just looking for the light. Looking for the light.
The next time I do one of those fucking terrible morning news shows to promote a gig, I'm just going to say the things R. Kelly said. They're trying to kill me. So you're appearing at the Orlando Improv. They said they're going to destroy my career.
I'm trying to have a relationship with my kids.
2 shows Friday, 2 shows Saturday. Jim Norton will be appearing.
So Bob,
What?
we did Mike Halta's show when we were in Tampa.
Love Mike Calta. How great is Mike?
He's the greatest.
He's good.
I love him so much.
Yeah, he does a good
The
show.
best.
He
Really
called.
good.
He calls you, and we were on break. He's like, "Let's call Bob Kelly."
Love him.
And we were making you laugh. The show was making you
the
laugh,
worst. It was the
and
worst.
you were having such trouble.
Yeah.
He was going. Bob just kept going. Ow!
Well, at that point, it was real bad. I fractured one of my ribs.
So you were snow tubing?
Yeah, I made the mistake of going up a mountain and then trying to come down it on a tube.
Yeah.
Seeing that I am the shape of a tube, I really didn't need the tube part. I could have maybe avoided the.
But as it happens, when you lose the tube part,
well, the tube part actually left at the bottom. Well, I was doing around 900, and then the tube hit dirt, and the tube was like, "This is as far as I go."
Right.
I'm a snow tube, not a dirt tube. Bye, sir.
And then you kept going?
I kept going.
I see.
But gravity was like, wow, you're way too heavy to fly through the air like that. Let me rip you to the ground.
Okay.
And I landed.
Oh, you fell.
I
Wow.
landed on my I came down. I actually passed people that went before me. I was fucking doing Mach 7.
Did you know you were in trouble? Were you like, oh, fuck?
I knew I was in trouble the second the lady behind me had to kick me because I couldn't scooch. And she kicked me, and as soon as I went, I was like, I'm going way too fast.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't.
You're not in control anymore.
But it rained out the night before, so it wasn't even snow. It was like an Olympic luge. It was like it was just ice. It was just,
right.
So I tried to put my feet down, and just ice was just shooting up from my heels.
Oh wait, you were going down with your feet first.
Well, you sit in a tube.
Right. Oh, you sit.
And you hold on to the sides
for dear life.
And
I'd be scared of doing that.
Yeah.
I had this beautiful iPhone gimbal from Smooth Mobile they sent me.
Okay.
And that was just, it was underneath me. So let's just, you know what happened to that.
Yeah.
I started.
It's now a neutron star.
You nerd joke.
I know. 3 people with diplomas are laughing.
Yeah. Neil deGrasse Tyson is like,
whoa, no names.
Whatever. Whatever. So yeah, I started spinning. Then I started spinning around, really
like
fast.
the teacup ride, except
Dude, it was
extremely fast.
Extremely fast, but going downhill extremely fast. I was going 2 ways at once, which was a fucked up feeling. And then I knew I was dead at the bottom when they have these mats, these doormats that are supposed to stop you.
Sure.
And I had like 3 of them, and I lit those on fire. They were
gone.
They didn't affect
They're
me.
not. Yeah.
No, they didn't affect me. I was coming back in from space.
So did you fly? So the tube stopped, and then were you airborne?
The tube stopped. It kind of stopped. It hit the dirt, bounced, kind of stopped and bounced, and fucking hucked me. You didn't see the video?
No.
I have the video.
Can I see it?
Yeah. You want the video? I can send it to somebody, and they can.
Yeah.
Anybody, text it to Travis, and Travis will post it on our Twitter.
Travis.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Travis, you're good with that? You can text it. You can put it on Twitter after he texts it to you. Did he listen?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
And it actually shows you in slow mo everything. So I will text it.
That's
Here it is
awesome.
right here. I will text it to Travis right now, and you can see CSI. You can see the problems I was having.
Yeah, I'd like to, because then Travis will tweet it, and then once he tweets it, we'll be able to watch it on the big screen for everybody to enjoy together.
He's got it. He's got it. Yeah, it was as soon as
you were there with your family.
Well, Max and Dawn went down first. We've been planning this trip for a while because I don't.
Where
ski.
was it? What state?
Vernon, New Jersey.
Oh, Jersey.
And
Oh, you don't ski?
I don't like skiing. I don't like dangerous shit. When she said snow tubing, I was like, the lazy river of snow.
Sure.
I thought we were just going to come down a little hill.
Yeah. Whoa,
It's like sledding in a tube.
Well, if you see the videos, it's a bunch of kids doing it.
Right.
Yeah.
But there's physics that go into coming down a mountain. The heavier you are, the faster you're going to go.
Were a lot of the kids lighter than you?
A lot of the parents were.
Oh, wow.
That was weird.
That's odd.
Yeah. I mean, they literally should have stopped me. One of these kids should have said, sir, hang on 1 second. I want to do an equation with you. I want to do an equation with you. It was fucking terrifying. I knew I shouldn't have went down.
The video is, as soon as you started going, you're like, this is a bad idea.
Dude, this is the problem what happened too. My wife lost her hat when she went down, and I was trying to get it. And I switched lanes at the last second with this other dude, and the lane I went in had less mats at the end.
You needed more mats.
I needed around 75 mats and around 100, maybe a runway, like a
runway of mats.
You can see the video. My feet. There's one big red balloon at the end. It's the last ditch effort to save you. I went in the air And if I made it to that balloon, I would have been good. But gravity just was like, no, this doesn't work, and pulled me to the ground. And then my feet flopped over and just popped it, like just wailed it. So my feet were fine.
So your feet hit the balloon.
But when I hit my ribs, I heard, just
you heard it.
I heard just a crunch. I don't know if it was breaking the ribs. It might have been just bones, back or whatever. But I knew I was fucked.
Okay, so this is great. If you go to Jim and Sam Show on Twitter, you can see the video of our good friend Bob Kelly snow tubing, and he's been good enough to put that red circle.
Yes, I had Gabby, my producer of my podcast, edited this together. She's a fine editor.
Yeah, she
You
is.
can get it on our
She's
Instagram,
great.
our Instagram account as well, Jim and Sam Show. So here he is. Let's give it a play ski, Troy. And there he is. He's going. Oh, there's the spin. There's the spin.
Okay.
Oh
there
no!
I am, right there.
Okay, you already.
It gets better. It gets better.
So you went. Oh, you are airborne.
Yeah.
So here's what happened, Bob.
Here it is, right here. Ready?
He goes. Yeah.
So right here, if you can see, no mat, dirt. I'm out, tubes out.
Gips
I'm in
the
the
mat
air,
and-
ribs on the ridge of that mountain, and then my feet
Oh, there
flap.
should be mats there for you though.
Yeah.
So there's mats at the end of the lane that Bob's in.
Yeah.
There's mats.
Great.
And then there's dirt, and then there's a giant
I wish that was a
inflatable-
fire.
Like the end of the mountain.
Yeah, he just gets thrown into a fire. Burns.
There's a giant
Just
inflatable.
my feet on fire. I can't move.
Yeah, my ribs hurt.
I told the kid, he goes, "You all right, sir?" I go, "No," and he just took the tube out of my hand.
That's it. He's like, I don't care. There's a giant inflatable red thing that protects you.
Like a giant dog dick.
So what happened was, Bob went through the mats. Something stopped the tube right before it got to this red thing.
It's called friction.
Friction stopped it. It launched Bob off the tube, and then right before he hit the red barrier, his body just hit the dirt hard, and he kind of rolled into the inflatable red thing that was there to protect him.
First run of the day. But that's a really high mountain too. It's too high.
That was your first tube run?
There's little Maxie's. Look at Max. He's all excited.
Hey,
poor little Max.
Max seems to be in great health, though.
Well,
seems like he did great.
Without him with the blue helmet?
Yeah, that's him.
Oh.
He came over, ran over right up to me. He's like, "Dad," and I was really in pain. I was like, "Hey, what's up, buddy?"
Because you can't show him that.
I can't.
Yeah.
And then I had to go. And my wife, of course, is laughing her ass off.
She loves
And
it.
I'm trying to tell her I'm really hurt, and she's still laughing. And you ever have to get mad at your wife or your girl? Now I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. You have to give her that grunt face. Like, look at me. You stop laughing. You fuck.
You have to clench the jaw.
Yeah, because you get so mad, and so to knock her out of this giggle mode,
right?
And I sat over on a wall for like a couple minutes, and I told Max I'm going to go get a Band-Aid, and this guy came over to me, and I was like, "Look, I think I need an ambulance. Something I can't breathe, and it's really bad." So I go, "But I don't want to get an ambulance in front of my son. Can we go over behind that house?" So in hindsight, Max seeing Dad walk behind a house with some guy.
He's at it again.
Yeah. Yeah.
The phrase "Dad needs to go get a Band-Aid" is going to mean something else forever.
Someone's gonna pay for this trip.
In hindsight, I probably would have better be getting it in.
Is Daddy going to make a friend? Yes.
Daddy needs another Band-Aid.
Daddy's trying to keep our marriage together. They took me in the hospital, and it was up in the woods somewhere.
Oh no!
Yeah, the hospital had a drop ceiling like lower than this.
Wow.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was like it used to be a Denny's or something. It was weird.
How long were you in for?
I was in there for a while. I was in the see, when you go to the hospital, if you go to the emergency room, you'll wait for a while. But if you get brought in by ambulance, you go right in.
Yeah.
So if you ever get hurt, don't go to the fucking emergency room. Take the hit. Take the ambulance, because you go
How much
right
is
in.
it?
Huh?
How much?
For the ambulance?
Yeah.
$30,000.
Oh, that's
but
fair.
it's worth it.
Yeah.
So
I had to sell my Honda.
So what do you do for a broke? They tell you your ribs broken.
Yeah. Well, the first guy, he told me they were cracked. I had a few cracked ribs.
Okay.
They put me in a. This is so funny. This is when you just fatness just really bugs me how fat I am. They put me in a neck brace, but they put me in the wrong size. So there's a picture of it on the internet somewhere. I took a photo of me in it, and then people just took the when Darth Vader took his mask.
I saw it.
But it was fucking identical. It was literally
because it came up over like your whole
came
face
up
and
over-
everything.
Dude, I think I have the picture. I don't know where
It does look like Darth Vader without his helmet on.
So it was pretty uncomfortable, and it sucks because everybody's in there. There was like some old black guy who just kept coming out of the curtain, one of the little curtain rooms with no shirt on, with the hiccups, going, "I need a Tylenol," and then he would just go back behind the curtain for like hours. And I was finally like, "Can somebody get him a Tylenol?"
Right.
And then there was a lady next to me speaking tongues.
What is going on in
I don't
New
know, dude.
Jersey?
It was weird. It was like,
Maybe they were on their deathbed and they were praying.
Or
you
they
know.
could have been Italian.
Could have been.
Either tongues are Italian. I don't know. But yeah, it was. And then they go, "We're calling you a cab. We'll call him Mickey. But if he took his sleeping pills, he's not going to be able to come."
That's good.
I was like, so he's a drug addict. Well, no, they go, he's honest. He'll let us know.
Oh, that's good.
So I was like, okay, at least he's honest. I go, "Is there anybody else?" They go, "Kathy, but she drinks." I'm like,
that's just great.
I'll take the alcohol.
You want Mickey or Harry Chapin?
We had to stop for scratch tickets with Kathy, but at least
You did?
I did.
That's
Swear to
amazing.
God, we stopped for scratch tickets on the way back from the hospital. But we went back, and Tom Carter was up there with his family caraways. Yeah, he has 3 boys that Max loves, and they're really cool with him. So they just hung out for the rest of the weekend. I just chilled.
So is your rib healing?
It is, but this morning, the keyless keys now
For the cars?
You need. I like the key because you know where the fuck it is.
Right.
I couldn't find it was in the car, like the car would start,
Right.
but I didn't know where the fuck it was.
Right.
So I can't go into a garage. I have to give the asshole the key.
Right, because they're going, is the key in the car? You're going, I assume.
It must be. It's running.
Yeah.
So I had to look through my wife's car, which is with the kid all the time. So there's just shit.
Of course.
There's like, lollipops. That's where I found this. on the floor. How do you like it now?
Delicious.
It was unwrapped. I put the wrapper back on. It wasn't the original wrapper, but I found
That's
one.
fine. I've had worse.
I know. What am I talking
And I
about?
never use a wrapper.
We're talking about idiots and how we all feel like geniuses when we win. R. Kelly, unfortunately, does not feel like a genius because he realized that he went to the bank and he has no money because people were stealing from him. Let's go back to the clips. This is from this morning on CBS. Gayle King talking to R. Kelly about his financial situation.
America by
Absolutely.
yourself?
By myself. Because I was so tired of not knowing where my money was, where my publishing is.
Isn't that
where-
on you then?
Huh?
Isn't that on you?
A lot of it's on me.
That you didn't know
A lot
where your
of it's
money
on me.
is?
A lot of it's on me.
And people say he doesn't have money because he had to pay so much in settlements. What do you say about that?
Lie.
Lie. That's my favorite response.
Gayle King was fucking great, though.
I mean, she's incredible.
She was really ballsy.
And you know that he chose Gayle King because he figured, a lot of black women like R. Kelly. I'm sure that R. Kelly's like, I'll do one interview and I'll do it with Gayle King because he thought Gayle King would go easy. And Gayle King is
And
like,
they may
"Here's
have met already over the years.
I bet they did. Gayle King has been in show business for a long, long time. But she's like, you might have forgotten, R. Kelly. I'm actually a legitimate journalist. And I'm going to do an actual interview with you. Also, I'm not infatuated with you because I think you probably had sex with a lot of underage people. So
How much is he loving the Michael Jackson doc?
he came in and did this interview after the doc like a maniac.
I speculated that he did that because it was like he knew he'd kind of be in the shadow of that giant one, so he could kind of get it out.
But guess what?
It's probably didn't work.
No, because the Michael Jackson doc sucked compared to this, man.
Yeah, it was like just 2 guys, and part 2 was not that great. It was just too much on. There wasn't enough
The Michael
counterpoint.
Jackson doc was fun for Monday.
Yeah.
This, there's some meat on this.
Meat on
bone.
this. There's meat. It's a nice shank, man.
Yeah,
There's the Michael Jackson doc and this really shows you the genius of Oprah because Gayle is an Oprah prodigy,
of course.
and they're owned this last couple weeks.
Oh yeah, they did.
And
they're the
Oprah's
good
not doing
guys.
these interviews though. It's so weird.
Oprah's doing she did the after show for HBO.
Oh yeah, she did. But I mean, she's not getting R. Kelly. She could if she wanted to.
If she wanted, but she's like, all right, Gayle, you handle that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we're taking all the pedophiles out. Right? We're taking all the pedophiles out this weekend.
By
and
the
it
way,
fucking
technically, we're kind of the ones that put them on the pedestal that allowed them to be these super pedophiles to begin with.
Wait, they did? I thought
mean,
they were
Michael
always-
Jackson was like Oprah's
The first interview. That's
Oprah
right.
loved Michael. Oprah put Michael way up on the pedestal.
Well, he was famous long before Oprah, though. I mean,
right, but I mean, Oprah really
I
pushed
didn't,
it along.
I didn't realize that. I didn't realize that she put him up there like that. I had no clue.
She loved Michael Jackson. Like,
Oh yeah,
But
Really?
I mean, Michael was. I mean,
not to say Michael wouldn't have been famous without Oprah.
the biggest selling
yeah,
album of all
yeah,
time was long before she came around. What year did Oprah start her show? It was in the 90s.
I think Oprah started in 1968.
Oh, there
Yeah,
you go. That's
so,
right. Yes,
yeah.
her, no,
My
yeah,
dad
the
worked
Jackson
in
5.
journal, news business in Baltimore, and that's where Oprah got her start.
Mm-hmm.
And this is like way back before it was Oprah. And a buddy of his used to get head from Oprah at the office.
Really?
And
Allegedly.
Allegedly said to my pops, "Bro, this chick's gonna make it." Like it was like that. And for some reason, my dad remembers that story. Like he's got memories that are foggy now. Forget.
Remember, I said before the break that if you're gonna put out your girlfriends to announce that like you're a good guy, you're
Sure.
not this pedophile guy who's keeping women hostage, that just to make America side with you, maybe just bring out one girlfriend. Don't announce, hey, these are my two girlfriends.
Yeah.
Because most of America is already like,
Yeah.
what?
You have two women saying they're your girlfriends and defending you.
Like on Wednesday, you go, I don't have a harem. That's ridiculous. I do not have a harem. On Thursday, you go, here to defend me are two of my girlfriends. And you're going, okay, I don't know if you know what harem means then. But he talks about, here with Gayle, his relationship with his girlfriends.
What is your relationship with them?
I love them, and it's like they're my girlfriends. It's like, we have a relationship. It's real. And I know guys, I've known guys all my life to have 5 or 6 women. Okay, so don't go there on me, okay, because that's the truth.
The fact that they're much younger than you.
I don't look at much younger than me. I just look at legal. I just look at you're you, I'm me. Now,
Wait, could you pause for a second?
Yeah.
Like, people...
I just look at legal.
Like, when you have to go and say, wait, before I start, is she of legal age? When you are just getting in... Right at the line,
Yeah.
there's still some suspicion there. When you have to go, before we do this, I have to make sure it's legal. I would say most people, know that this is not illegal.
Yeah,
What's about to happen?
when your dick is out, you're saying, "All right, what time of day were you born?"
Yeah, you're waiting for midnight to hit.
and I love how I got friends that had 6, so don't go there. Like, it's like,
But
what?
isn't he right about that on some level? Like, there's dudes that have multiple women
Sure.
their whole life, right?
No, absolutely.
Yeah, but they're not on TV trying to justify horrible actions.
Good point.
Right.
That's a good point, Sam. Sam, you really got that.
So the fact that R. Kelly might have multiple girlfriends, least of his concerns at this moment.
Yes, it's not a problem.
No, that's not. The issue is that some of the quote unquote girlfriends might have been held against their will, and also were teens.
He's apparently
underage teenagers.
He's a mesmerizing guy. Like when you watch him talk, you're like, I understand why people like. I said that yesterday. Why people enjoy listening to him.
Yeah.
I imagine if you're a woman and you're a fan of his music, and then all of a sudden that guy's captivated. I mean, come on. Especially if you can't read, your whole life has been verbal communication. You're probably not writing anything.
Does he really expect people to believe that he's sitting there going, you know what I find attractive? Women who are legal.
Yeah.
That's the first thing. I don't pay attention
I
to
don't look
age.
at age. I look
Just
at legal.
Legal.
Yeah.
I think.
Are you an adult by this state's definition of the law? Well, then you have a shot with me.
Do you remember Chappelle? I just thought this funny story. My grandma. You remember Chappelle did the sketch,
The pee on
where
you
like the
sketch,
girl was
yeah.
just getting peed on.
Yeah.
My little Greek grandmother walked in and she sees and it was like the girl's just getting peed on and she's going like this and my grandmother just goes, "Oh, is it raining?"
Yes, it is, Grandma.
So nice.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
it's so
is.
An
innocent.
innocent Nana
On some-
question.
I was like, yeah, it's raining.
Yeah, I don't want to have to. It's a lot to explain to you, Nana.
Yeah,
Yes,
you don't
it's
want your
raining.
grandmother to
It'd be
recognize
funny
that.
if I was like, no, it's not. Here's what really happened.
Well, you don't want her to. You don't want her to walk in and go, "Oh, golden shower." Oh no!
I miss you,
Why do you
Granddad.
know that?
Grandma's in the toilet play.
Did you guys see Abducted in Plain Sight?
Sure.
Oh, that's
We talked about it a lot.
We don't have
yeah.
to go rehash it,
Sure.
but it was wild, right? Okay,
Amazing.
so there's something that when I was watching that, like, changed my whole perspective on. This sounds like a weird sentence, pedophilia. Still think it's wrong, but I used to think that, oh yeah, these people are attracted to kids.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think anybody's attracted to kids anymore. I think they're attracted to the power dynamic with a kid, where a kid looks at you like you're God.
Oh, yeah, for
right?
sure.
And that's why he was able to get whacked off by the dad, right? Because his sexual attraction, the thing that turned him on, was cued by complete dominance over a human being, right?
Right. And then that's why he was able to fuck his wife,
Well,
too.
he knew the dad was gay. He knew the dad was gay
Sure.
and preyed on that. And,
Sure, but
and,
he wasn't gay. Like,
right.
So, but the
I
fact
don't
that
know.
he could get up,
B
Maybe.
was just sexual.
Yeah, the
Well,
dad was not attractive.
well,
You don't think so?
No, the dad was a 5.
No,
In 1972, he was a 5.
It was weird.
Oh, that's a rough 5.
So because you look at the R. Kelly situation, right? My boy pointed out one of the chicks in his harem was 30, right?
Yes.
So it's like, for him, and this goes even into like pedophile priest shit. It's like, oh, does going into the Catholic religion make you a pedophile? No, being a pedophile makes you go into that.
Because you're searching for that power.
Because you're looking at the person in your community who everybody looks up to as God. You're like, ooh, I want to be that because I need this kind of love and affection. So anyway, it's just a different way to kind of look at.
I definitely
So you think that you think that like a guy that's like 19, 20 and wants to go and be a priest in his mind?
Not all at all.
Right, but you're saying the ones that do that.
Yeah, I don't think
they're going to that for that.
Yes, they're like, cause everybody that's going to be a priest on some level, it's like I imagine on some, well, no, you truly love God and you want to service God.
But people who want a position of power,
right,
want it for a reason. Like, it's one thing if you want to service God, you want to service God. If you want to service God on a level that puts you above other people, and that's something that inside you, there's something there.
I also think some of those guys want to think that's they can escape their demons there too.
That's true.
I think a lot of guys think it will cure them, or like that. Maybe God can save me.
No, that's great. Let me get close to the person that can really change. And I'm not saying that everybody that goes to be that goes to be a priest is a bad person. I have friends that are pastors, stuff like that, are like great guys. Yeah, some are. Sure. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have what the percentage is, but that's a great point. So you're going to cure it, right?
Well, you think it'll just save you from whatever your demons are,
and then it doesn't save you. But now you're in this position where all of a sudden you got all this power to do the kind of wild shit that you were trying to run from.
Right.
There's just something curious going on. So, because R. Kelly can bang this 30-year-old and these 18-year-olds at the same time.
Well, let's listen to R. Kelly talk about his girlfriends that he's deeply in love with because they're legal.
Married, I don't know. I don't know if you had a relationship. I don't know what I don't know. But one might be older than the other. One might be younger than the other. Okay? So I just look at legal. Okay? There are older men that like younger women.
Is that
There
you?
are younger women that like older men.
Are you an older man that likes younger women?
I'm an older man that love all women.
Okay.
Listen to that.
Yeah.
I'm a sexual man.
Yeah.
But by the way,
that was honest though what he just said.
I love all.
That was
Yeah.
When you drag out the word "all" in an interview, you're trying to save your reputation.
Yeah.
That just snuck out. I love all. Oh fuck! Why did I say that?
Just licking his lips, looking at Gayle. I love all women, Gayle. Okay, Robert. Get a hold of yourself. And this is where R. Kelly. So one of the defenses he's saying is that the women that were being "quote unquote" held captive, he said he bought them from the parents. So
he bought them.
I believe that he is saying that. So I mean, it's like, if he bought them, he bought them. That's fair. Fair is fair.
That's true.
And you should talk to the parents.
Absolutely.
He's bringing up the parents here.
Yeah.
In one of these
Exactly.
situations.
Speak to the merchant.
That's right.
I didn't go looking for a Jocelyn Savage. I was doing my show. He brought her and asked a friend of mine to put her on the stage with R. Kelly. Make sure she's on the stage.
Azrael Clary, what is your relationship with her?
Right now, I'm seeing her.
You were seeing her?
Yeah, she's 21. I'm seeing her.
She's 21.
Yeah.
But you know you're in trouble when you're, for the record, 21 and I'm seeing her. Like when age comes first. Before you ask, she's 21.
Wait, is she the one from the documentary that left that they found on TMZ, or no? Is that a different girl?
I think that's a different girl. I think that Azriel,
because that girl was heartbreaking. The girl, her mom came and rescued her.
Yeah,
and then at the
back.
and then
went
they
back.
said 3 days later she went back to R. Kelly. But after that, she went back home.
Okay,
yeah,
that's good.
Which made me feel good.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
People do escape. I mean, like abusive situations.
They do
Right,
escape.
right, right.
Yeah. If there are abusive situations,
Yeah,
allegedly.
I don't think I'm going to get sued for saying that she might have escaped an abusive situation. I think I can hold up in court.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, R.
Okay.
Did you start seeing her at 17?
Absolutely not.
Did you have sex with her when she was 17?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Although her parents wanted me to.
No, her
but
parents claim they have text messages that show that you had sex with her when she was 17.
Claim.
So you're saying you did not have sex with her when she was 17?
Absolutely not.
Can we look up Azriel Clary? Troy, I want to see what she looks like, so I'll know her face.
Yeah, is she the one that went to the pool party? Remember that one that was describing going to the pool party, who was hanging out outside the courtroom during R. Kelly's first case?
I don't remember. I remember the one that had very, very short hair at the end with the little baseball hat, and they took her.
Oh, I remember her. Yeah, that was the one.
Is that who's the
That's
one whose
not-
mom came and rescued her?
That was her, but she cut off all her hair and was wearing a baseball hat, wasn't she?
Is that Azriel Clary?
I think so.
No, she's back with him.
I guess so.
That's
tough. That's tough.
That's crazy.
What does Kels do next? Kels is talking to Gayle King on CBS, and she talks about the concert stuff, that he would have girls on stage with him at the concert, they would come backstage with him, and then all of a sudden he's leaving the concert with the kids, and the parents that brought the kids are like, what happened to my kid? So I guess he's addressing it here.
Yeah.
You are with two women right now. You love them. They say they love you. What kind of love is it that keeps these young women away from their families? Their families are saying.
These.
I'm talking right now about Jocelyn
Because
and
I'm
Azriel.
going to answer your question.
What kind of love
father,
is that?
What kind of father? What kind of mother will sell their daughter to a man?
Who did that?
How come it was okay for me to see them until they wasn't getting no money from it?
Ooh.
Why would you take your daughter? If I were going to take my daughter and she's 19 years old to a 49-year-old icon, whatever, celebrity, or
whatever you want to call it,
That's fair.
I guess icon is the right word, however you want to say
God.
it. Certainly not pedophile, though.
Yeah.
You can say icon.
Star icon. That's such a big jump.
I'm not going to put her on the stage and leave her. I'm going to take her to the concert. Their father is more into my music and know about my music than they do.
You're saying the parents handed their daughters, Azriel and Jocelyn, over to you? Is that what you're saying to us?
Absolutely. Are the cameras still going?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Why wouldn't
the cameras be going? How often, they don't turn off in the middle of interviews.
Yeah, let's not film this.
Yeah, we have to reload, but we're not going to say anything.
There is a through line with abducted in plain sight, the Michael Jackson thing, and this. It's like completely incompetent parents.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Unfathomable.
But the in plain sight, I thought was the word. The in plain sight was actually that was criminal.
Yeah,
the parents did.
Well, I mean, look, the
Kicked their
father's
heads in.
distracted. He's fucking jerking the guy off. By the way, I submit that he sucked it too. That's my guess.
Of course he did. I love how he showed up during the day and he goes, "Man, I'm a little tense. You want to go for a ride? I got a stiffy." And the guy's like, "Yeah, because you jerked me off. I'm a good friend."
Yeah.
It's kid stuff. It's just kid stuff.
Kid stuff.
Kid stuff. Come on.
There's
What are we
no
doing
way
here?
the father didn't fucking. I guarantee you, Bob's big hand went on the back of fucking Dumpy's head. He was like, "All right."
You think it was a one-time deal?
No.
No, me neither.
No,
me neither.
He did sexual acts with both parents, and I think that's what he was holding. That was kind of why they were, he had that power over them.
And he blackmailed the. They all tell them everything, so they let their daughter just kind of be. They're terrible people.
Terrible parents.
Even the Michael Jackson stuff. It's so clear when you're talking to those moms. If you believe those documentaries,
dude,
both of those moms wanted to be able to hang out with Michael Jackson, wanted their kids to be able to get up on stage with Michael Jackson,
Yes. Yep.
and they ignored
What
Every
was going,
telltale sign.
The sign that made illuminated for me was one of the moms says this. He goes, "Yeah, Michael Jackson befriended us." Us.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's
to
right.
this day, she says us.
Wade Robson's mom was saying in the doc, she goes, "No, Michael and I had a completely different relationship than Michael and Wade." And then she says, when Michael died, she clutched a Michael Jackson jacket and just cried and cried and cried for hours.
She also said that she didn't want to know the sexual. Is that the one who said she didn't want to know the sexual? Who's the Australian lady?
That's Wade Robson's mom.
She didn't want to know any of the sexual stuff. I'd have nightmares. Well, it's like he has to deal with it.
Yeah.
What a selfish, awful woman.
Yeah.
No wonder he doesn't like you.
Bro, it was
Yeah, she's a cunt.
Yeah.
What a fucking cunt.
I don't want to know. Give me
what
nightmares.
what makes these guys the most sick though is like the shit they do before they actually do the sexual act. The way they like kiss him on the head, give him candy,
grooming?
and then all of a sudden, and then it's like I could trust this guy. This guy gave me cotton candy and put me on a fucking roller coaster.
Yeah.
And he's taking care of my family. And then and then we're gonna hop in bed, lay down together, and then it just starts like that. And I think they like still like love him in a way, which is fucking crazy.
Dude, I'm watching it. That was the
It's
scariest thing
crazy,
about it.
man.
Like when they were the first 30 minutes, I turned after 30 minutes, but before they really talked about any kind of sexual shit, it seemed like they were reminiscing on the best part of their fucking life.
Well, the kids loved him. Yeah, like
they
you know.
fucking loved him.
I mean, they're still on some level. You talk to Wade by the end of the thing. He's like, yeah, I was like sexually abused, but on some level, he still looks at Michael Jackson as his first love.
Yeah.
100%.
Because he's young. When you're that young and
You're
that shit
confused.
happens.
Dude, MJ might have
How
been a
would you
better
know?
molester than dancer, bro. The
Yeah.
fact that like
Oh, are
he
you kidding
still
me?
got that connection in these fucking kids' eyes.
Yeah.
Like, and they're both straight.
Well, he is a big star too. It's when you're
Yeah,
considered a
that-
god. There's an aura, and it's kind of hard. But if he was a regular guy, if he was a trucker, if it was Michael Jackson, the fucking guy that worked for UPS part time, he would not have a 30-year love affair.
Be tougher.
So you gotta earn your molestation? Is that
Oh,
what you're saying?
absolutely. You're a god among men. I get it.
FedEx Michael Jackson from Jersey.
Yeah, it's Mike Jackson.
You want to go on a truck ride? No. You tour the neighborhood.
No, why would I?
Yeah, sure. This is like riding a private jet to Hawaii. Yeah, same
This is
shit.
literally the most. I think it's safe to say. Would you guys agree? This is the most famous person of all time.
Michael Jackson?
I mean, who? I mean,
Jesus, Michael. Yeah.
I mean, it's like
Caesar.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, some big ones.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I would say, but in terms of pop culture people, Michael and Elvis are the people.
Yeah.
I would even give Michael the edge over Elvis.
I would probably too.
Elvis was there before, but Michael for long after.
Yeah, Michael had way longer of a run.
Like Elvis wasn't in Asia.
Right. Well, he was
Michael
known.
I think he was big.
Was he?
I think he was
But
big
he's
all
not,
over the
Elvis
world.
is not really listened to in Africa. They probably know who he is, though.
Yeah.
But
Michael's
yeah,
literally the entire world was focusing on one human being. How
Like if he went to
fuck-
Japan, it was Beatles. If he went to Africa, it was Beatles. Like it was.
How about this? Michael has the whole world looking at him, and he's still able to molest.
Yeah.
You talk about
And
having
walk with
a
the kid.
lens on you. Can you believe that?
Greatest smooth criminal, greatest molester of all time.
And he
has
put
to
little
be.
hats on them and walked them around in public holding their hand, and they're like, oh, that's not cute.
Yeah.
Pulled it off.
He dressed him up like him and walked him around nonstop. The whole world's watching.
And notice they said it. He
He's the
didn't do
goat.
it with Macaulay Culkin.
He's abducted in plain sight.
Like Macaulay Culkin was there apparently,
Yes.
right? And he didn't do anything with him, but maybe he knew. He's like, listen, this kid's
Well, that's
famous.
Right. And Corey Feldman
So-
is the same deal. Didn't do anything with Corey
Corey
Feldman.
was jealous. Did you see that fucking
He was
jealousy?
pissed.
He was so fucking. He's like, if he didn't do it to me, why would he do it to anyone else?
we were reading
you
that,
fucking
yeah.
egomaniac. You ugly little kid. That's why he
That's
didn't
when you're
touch you.
fucked up mentally when you're like, what the fuck?
Exactly.
Get diddled.
Yeah. I
Go ahead.
Belt. Nope.
You say it.
Nope.
Say it.
Nope.
Now it's time.
No, I don't have a joke. I had a thought.
Go.
It was like it was almost like when you're formulating a joke and it's like the parts are coming together in front of you.
A beautiful mind.
It didn't happen there.
Right.
No, I
the
saw
funny part just flew right by.
two
All
parts.
the other parts are around.
Two parts floated. I just stared at them in the air and watched them go away like a fool. Like a goddamn fool on live radio.
All right, we didn't finish that clip, did we, Troy, or did we?
No.
Okay, this is R. Kelly. Did we play
Yeah.
the concert clip we played?
Yeah.
Okay. This is R. Kelly now talking about his child support, which this interview was obviously filmed on Tuesday. 24 hours removed from the interview, he would be arrested for said child support. Isn't that interesting? $160,000. But R. Kelly talks about it here.
How can I pay child support? How? If my ex-wife is destroying my name and I can't work, how can I work? How can I get paid? How can I take care of my kids? How?
Your ex-wife
Use your common sense.
Your ex-wife says you abused her, Robert.
13 years being married. I flew in on a helicopter.
That's pretty badass.
I flew in on a helicopter.
That's great. Yeah. That is pretty cool to fly in on a
Lancers in the
helicopter.
back with a surfboard.
I mean, helicopters are cool.
Oh, sure.
You know, so.
Are we stopping?
Well, just to kind of assess,
Take
like,
it in, okay.
Yeah, I mean,
Because he's just so up and down, like, and that crying seems like acting.
Wait, and why?
13 years.
Like, why are you crying? Because I flew in on a helicopter. What?
Did that mean nothing to you?
I know. Fucking Vic Morrow told a happier helicopter story.
All right, let's get back to Kels. We shouldn't be making fun of him. He's a vulnerable man.
He's a very
This is in his weakened state. I mean, for God's sakes, guys.
Yeah.
The man flew in on a helicopter.
Flew in a helicopter.
You believe this?
Dude, that reminds me of that Bill Burr joke in the helicopter, man. That was one of the loudest I've ever laughed while watching something on TV.
What was the joke?
The helicopter ride he went in. No, he went in, but about the guy. I'm gonna butcher it, but you just tell a story about this guy who was
giving tours,
and then just jumped out of the helicopter.
You want to know? This is a great story. We're driving.
It's too funny.
No, Andrew, we're driving from El Paso to San Antonio, me and him, and I go like this. It's true. This is how it came about. I go, we're driving from El Paso to San Antonio like 4 years ago, and 3 years ago, and I just go, dude, did you hear about that? I heard the story. I go, did you hear about that guy that was giving helicopter tours over Orange County, and he just showed up alone. He got to 500 feet. He opened the door and he jumped the fuck out. And Burr, I just see his wheels. He goes, what do you think? He goes, dude, what do you think the pilot was thinking, right? So then he's going, oh, fuck, close the thing. He goes, hey, close the door. And they go, oh, fuck, he starts doing it. And I watched him. I go, dude, you got to do that on, because when we would be on tour, he'd be like, you do that on stage, I'll do this. You promise? Like, we were the, growing thing. And I go, you got to do that on stage. That was so funny. And he did it, and he just did that part. But then he did it from both perspectives. And then by the time the tour was over, he had the whole thing. But the guy was supposed to go up in the helicopter with his wife.
And then he
said that he was going with two, but his whole plan was to kill himself.
Right.
So he's like, oh, the other person didn't show up. But here's the kicker. The helicopter pilot just got the company handed to him after 40 years from the father.
So that was his
and it was
first
like
ride.
it was like his
And the guy jumped out.
So he got there. He's like, yeah, the other person's not coming. Got to 500, just looked over and just went. And
the craziest thing is he jumped. So he's doing this funny act out where he's like, so right now you can see the Los Angeles. Put your seatbelt back on, so you can see Los Angeles right now. What's he doing? Close the door. Close the door. What's he doing? No. What the fuck? And then he goes. The craziest thing is the guy lived. The guy jumped out.
He lived and then he died in the hospital. He brought him there. They brought him a mess.
Oh, wow.
So he does the act out of him falling, and he goes, 4 more seconds until I'm happy. 3 more seconds until I don't have to deal with any of this shit anymore. Boom.
But the guy did die in the hospital.
Yeah,
he died in the hospital. Yeah,
but dude, oh god, R. Kelly, man, visionary.
All right, let's rewind just a little bit so we can hear about R. Kelly's helicopter and how he can't pay child support because of it. Sure.
Lying. 13 years being married. I flew in on a helicopter. I flew in on a helicopter.
Yes. Yes. Can somebody get us some tissue?
I don't want no tissue. I'm going to leave.
No, you're doing well.
Look, man, look.
Wait, somebody is misinforming him of something.
I'm going to leave, he said.
And the guy goes, no, you're doing well.
The guy next to him said you're doing well.
That's like Gayle King's producer. No, it's going great.
It's probably the same guy. Probably the same guy that signs R. Kelly's checks.
Yeah, I'm convinced.
They're sitting there going like, no, you're doing great. You're doing awesome.
Tell y'all.
Oh, shit.
I flew in on a helicopter with a damn puppy, and I proposed to Drill, whom I was in love with, and told her, hey, look, I make mistakes. I'm not perfect. We got married. Okay? We had 3 beautiful kids. Not once have I ever had a domestic violence call at the house and all this, that, and the other. It never happened. Okay?
I mean, that's the most romantic thing I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah, brings a puppy on a helicopter.
He flew in on a helicopter with a damn puppy. I mean, come on.
I believe him.
Does this guy sound like a bad guy to you?
Not at all. I believe that story 100%.
Well, yeah, I mean, you know how much you have to do to make up for the fact that you might be pissing on underage women?
Yes.
Like that you really have to charm a girl at that point.
And
And,
you also-
a puppy in a helicopter will help.
You imagine if a woman says no, you propose, you put your fucking dog back on the helicopter and take off. Humiliating.
All right, well, I just got to ride
why
home.
he fucks kids, though, because that would impress a kid.
Oh my God, a
How does
helicopter and a
kid's
puppy?
brain work? It's just like...
We get candy canes in there too?
Yeah,
It's amazing.
Yeah, just again.
It's incredible. I got a bag full of gobstoppers too. Amazing.
That's a very romantic way.
Imagine proposing to your wife who checks your bank account with a helicopter and a puppy.
Yeah.
Are you out of your fucking mind?
And Jess, good news. We also got a dog. Yeah. Like we can't. This
Who's
isn't
gonna walk the dog? What
This
is
is a
it?
returnable puppy. Yeah. So
I want to go to Lancaster and get one from a puppy mill because they're really that's where the best place to buy them.
you like puppy mills
I
the best?
do, yes.
I see.
Yeah.
I see.
They love giving birth.
I believe that is Rob in there with you, Travis?
Yes, he is.
So does Rob think that this last clip is best to be played through audio or video?
I'd do video.
Okay. Troy, why don't you hook us
I
up with the video? Because Rob said that the visual was terrific.
Yeah, I sent Troy the link.
Good for you, Rob.
Yep.
Thank you.
Oh, wait, did I?
Very dutiful. Very
I tried.
Very
Yeah.
dutiful young man.
Unfortunately,
I don't know if I deleted
we are dealing with a little operator error here.
Why
Want
would
me
you
to resend
delete
it?
it?
I'll resend
No,
it.
just look in your
Resend it.
trash.
Yeah.
Oh, girlfriend.
Yeah.
No, this isn't.
Oh
It's in
my
trash,
God.
Troy. Try trash.
Try trash.
Where's your garbage?
Why would you
items.
delete it? He just sent you the clip and you deleted it?
I don't know.
He sent it to you during the break and he was like, here, we might do this. And you were like, oh, let me
Nah,
just delete
you made an
that.
executive decision. Nah, fuck it.
Fuck
Troy's
it.
got Rob on the pay no mind list.
Yeah, he does.
Is that
It's
true?
worse than the pay no mind
Right there.
list.
Fuck, Troy.
Yeah, but
No.
this is just an audio clip.
No, but it's
I
my
just
God.
resent it.
no, but
Go
it's
to your inbox.
yeah. Go to
Yeah,
inbox.
try the inbox.
Yeah, boom,
Inbox.
right there. No,
No.
Inbox.
wait, right?
Wait.
No,
Hold on.
Inbox.
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 There you go. Perfect.
Okay. You can see-
Refresh. There you go.
There it is.
Hey, there
there
it
we
is.
are. There we
Troy,
go.
you may be
Don't
the
delete that.
worst person to ever operate a PC.
That's not true.
That's
not true.
You're on the list.
You could just click the link. You don't have to highlight it.
I know, but then I open it in Internet Explorer, and then it
Well,
gives
I'd
me
rather you open it in
issues
Internet
and-
Explorer than just sit here and have your thumb up your ass.
No, my thumb's not up my ass.
It feels like it. It smells.
Yeah,
Go on now.
It's that one.
Okay, here we go.
Thank God for Rob.
Let's go.
Mike sent me something on my phone and it said that I hog tied her. I don't know how to hog tie people.
Okay, look. That is kind of foolproof.
I don't know how to hog tie people.
He's not a Boy Scout. Where would he learn the knots from?
The defense rests.
Can you imagine? You're the Pied Piper of R&B. I mean, hit after hit. Decades of success in the music industry, and 2019 has brought you to the point that you're on national network morning television, bawling your eyes out, saying, I don't know how to hog tie people.
Can we see that again?
I mean, if that's not the greatest quote that CBS this morning will ever have in an interview, I don't know what is. And he's doing, I mean, this is the face that I was talking about yesterday, and a bunch of people on social media picked it up. This is the face that I believe will beat out the Crying Jordan face for dominance in crying memes.
Ooh.
This is it.
Sent me something on my phone and it said that I hog tied her. I don't know how to hog tie people.
I mean, come on. That face with the context of, oh, what was R. Kelly crying about? He was crying because he was being falsely accused of hog tying people.
Well, maybe he's upset that he didn't know how to do it.
He didn't even know how to do it.
I don't know how to hog
Yeah.
I don't know how to hog tie people.
I'm already embarrassed. I can't read.
I don't know how to hog tie too. Somebody sent me a hog tie manual. I just looked at it.
I can't do knots.
Can't read no instructions about hog tie.
Your Honor, the defense would like to present Exhibit D. R. Kelly's YouTube history. He clearly viewed a how to hog tie YouTube video.
Well, after they accuse me, I'm gonna try to figure it out.
I can't walk these streets not knowing how to hog tie.
What if I find a hog? I don't know where to find a hog. What am I gonna do? Just leave it there?
I can't buy bacon in the store anymore because they stole all my money. I gotta hog tie these hogs. Come on, man! The Pied Piper. He can't believe it. He can't believe this is all. How could this happen to him?
This is his worst nightmare.
How could this all be happening to me? I did the remix to Ignition. How could this be happening? Hog tie. I don't know how to hog tie. Okay, well.
Listen to all my songs. I'm talking about hogs. You want to see me talk about hog tying?
You would think you would have rhymed about it.
And I cried. I don't hog tie. Since when? Since when? I believe I can fly. I don't believe I can hog tie. That's not how the song went.
There was a midget trapped in a closet. He couldn't reach the knob. He wasn't tied. I could have tied him up if I could have.
He wasn't trapped in a barn. I got puppies, not hogs. Exactly. You don't got tied up. You just put a leash.
Who's got a helicopter in a hog? Come on. It's not going to happen.
Use logic.
Common sense. Use common sense.
It's common sense.
Is that camera on?
Oh, shit.
You're doing a great job, Gayle King. You're doing a great job.
Really is, man.
You think Gayle King is just sitting there watching this man lose his mind and going, holy shit.
Yeah, this is what you hope
the
for.
greatest thing that could have ever happened to me.
But she keeps hitting him, too.
There was two things that happened in Gayle King's career. One, she became Oprah's best friend. Two, she got to interview R. Kelly.
She didn't think it would go this well.
No,
There's no way she thought it would go this well.
The ego it would take on somebody to think that it would go this well.
Wait, he's going to cry and throw his arms out and claim he doesn't know how to hog tie people? No, it's not going to happen.
It's ridiculous. It couldn't.
Don't, please.
It couldn't. It's
We can
insane.
dream.
Do you think that this helps us? Do you think people like go to his music after this?
Bro,
you know, I don't know.
If he doesn't come out in a fucking helicopter on his next show, he's out of his goddamn
If he
mind.
has another show, he may not even get another show.
Yeah.
Just holding a hog-tied puppy. I learned.
You can learn from your mistakes.
And now I know how to hog-tie. So watch out. All right, let's get back to it.
Oh, God. My kids is listening to this. All of this nonsense. And I ain't been able to spend no time with them. This is real. This is not a lie. What kind of woman will tear down a dad who's trying to have a relationship with their kids? You know how many kids need a relationship with their father?
What is your relationship with your children?
Oh, my God.
What is your relationship with your children?
R. Kelly is sitting there.
Loosening his tie.
Here's what's going on. R. Kelly just loosened his tie. He's crying. I mean, crocodile tears. He's bawling, crying. Gayle King is looking at him stone-faced.
Nothing. Yeah,
What is your relationship?
Nothing.
You know what's going on in R. Kelly's mind? What the fuck do I have to do to break this woman?
Yeah. How great would it be if he just pulled out his dick and pissed on her? Like, you know what? Fuck
that.
this, Gayle. Here's your hog tie, bitch. He just snapped.
And she wouldn't move. She'd still fire out questions.
While it's just hitting her forehead.
Yeah.
So, what is the relationship with your children? Just
She is
give me a towel.
relentless.
She just says to her producer, "Give me a towel."
Hey, go back. The most honest moment he just had was that. Oh my God! Like this is his nightmare. That was a very honest moment.
Because this is a guy, believe what you want to believe, there is no doubt that this is a guy who's become a professional at using his emotions to trick women into feeling certain ways and to get people to go in the direction that he wants them to go in. To look across from a woman and to be crying and to be pleading and to be doing all this and to have no effect.
And she has no. Gayle is not looking. And sometimes women feel. You know, right? A little bit like, oh my God, this guy.
Empathy.
She's
Empathy.
looking at him
Zero.
like fuck you, you actor. This is bullshit.
She's zero.
Yeah.
I know what you did. I still know what you did.
I think
I still know what you did.
His meltdown is real, but she doesn't give a fuck. At
But
all.
His meltdown is not for the reasons that he's saying the meltdown is for, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's just he's realizing his career is over.
Yeah, I can't believe that. And he also at this point in the interview, I think, realizes that this is not going the way he thought it was going to go.
Yes.
That he's not convinced Gayle King because he knows. Look, he may not be the smartest guy in the world. He doesn't know banking or reading or spelling or anything like that, or hog tying. He doesn't know knots. He knows two things. He knows music, and he knows people's emotions.
Yeah.
And he knows he is not broken Gayle.
He's probably a very good manipulator.
Yes,
absolutely.
He's a good communicator, and he just can't with her.
He can't.
He doesn't care about the kids crying there. You're right, Jim. It's not about that.
No, it's more about he's just realizing the magnitude of what's happened. Like, and that, oh my God, is this? It's my nightmare. It's here.
Yeah.
This is amazing.
It's real.
Pulls out a stick and starts cleaning.
What else can I do? I can't do it anymore. What else can I do?
And you hear the trickle of liquid hitting the paper as she reads the next question. Relentless. Gayle King is relentless.
It's just gliding down the paper. It's kind of coned, you know?
Yeah.
She's just reading her questions.
She does one of these. And you know, Robert, it says here that you knew she was 13.
From the back of the sheet, you see that yellow stain starting to build, and she won't stop.
This woman is crazy. I'm peeing on this woman and nothing.
Oh, dude, you just broke me, dude.
All right, let's get back to the clip.
Oh, fuck. Relationship with their father.
What is your relationship with your
Oh my God.
What is your relationship with your children?
Excuse me.
Zero.
But I know my kids love me. And I'm in love with my kids. I love my kids.
Let's see what Gayle had to say.
In January, Kelly's oldest child, who is now 20 years old, wrote in an Instagram post that she and her two siblings have not had a relationship with their father for years. We reached out to Andrea Kelly for comment on R. Kelly's allegations, but her representatives say they do not have any statements at this time.
Gayle King is fucking awesome.
Yeah, dude. They were interviewing her.
Stone cold.
She's great.
She's become a big part of the story now. They were interviewing her, and it was a story yesterday that she said, this is when you know you're fucked if you're R. Kelly. The headline yesterday was, Gayle King says she didn't feel like she was in danger during the interview. And you're going, you are so, like, R. Kelly is such a villain that the assumption would be, oh, Gayle King must have felt like she was in danger. But Gayle King is this He-Man of a woman, is this powerful woman who's sitting there standing up to this villain of all villains who can't scare her.
Well, the post on it was him standing up. So all I saw was him standing up in front of her, like with his hand. They wanted you to think that, you know, he was like, she was in some sort of danger, but she was ice